Okay, can y'all hear me? We are live. Can y'all hear me? Alright, we are... I'll put this in the other thing. Okay, so we're also on Rumble as well. So St. David says, bless up Matt and chat. And never forget 9/11 Moonchild heard it here first. Let's go. Alright, epic stuff there, guys. And yeah, audio's good. Okay, guys, let me know if audio's too low, not low, or level. And also when I play videos, let me know. And also, it's it seems to be a lot of people interested in the moon landing. I've avoided doing video on it just because it's like I think oversaturated with everyone's got their own takes on it. Because okay, sounds good. Okay, guys, we have a bunch of stuff. Restless Native says, very thankful for Matt for introducing me to the works of Dr. Judy Wood and giving John a platform for his work to remain online. Yeah, for sure. That is what I do here. It's like you get bombshell info, it will be on here. Okay, it's in yeah, 29,000 tons of thermite is in the house, guys. Hello all, let's go. His heart's on fire there. It looks like was that thermite? Okay, Houston, we have a problem with Newton's third law and absolute vacuum says. Anyways, yes, Donald Duck, I saw your message there. I don't know if you're a disinfo agent or not, but that's not how the third law works. You could just literally throw something, you'll go backwards. It doesn't matter if it's vacuum or not. We'll deal with that. Yeah, actually, we'll go over that in a bit. I'll go over your messages here because you had a little bunch here again. I don't know if you're a disinfo agent or not. Okay, yes. Christoph says you've done so much, Matthew, for Judy and John. Yeah, for sure. And hopefully Judy Wood gets out of hiding and gets on the show. But until then, we will continue and do what we do. All right, let's see what else we have here. Okay, here's the links to the links, guys. I'll try to power through, not do random talking nonsense, like basically randomly talking stuff. Yeah, for minutes on end. You can also hear this is on Hive. Say, okay, he messaged me saying, where's the live stream link? It's on YouTube. Oh, watch it once recorded. The free software YT front end I use doesn't allow to jump into live streams. The free software YouTube front end I use. Okay, so then I'll send him a link to the Rumble one. Okay, okay, 1 second. This guy's on Hive. Okay, check out the links to Rumble, Odyssey streams, if those work for you. Okay, guys. Anyways, this is and the links. Yeah, so there's a link to the notes there. Stephen F is in the house, guys. Let's go, guys. It's a. Oh, we have some cash money from Roadie Motion. Let's go. Hey guys, send some cash money. We're taking over the game. How do I like this stuff? Anyways, all right, guys. I have a bunch of stuff here. Movie Something Funny on the way to Bart Sibrel got me going years back about the subject. Yeah, but also I have some suspicions about Bart Sibrel. No one gets on Joe Rogan without without signing some sort of deal with the Freemasonic devils. Okay. Thanks for showing me my software a couple of your streams ago. I got 1 subscriber. Oh yeah, yours. I forgot to look at that stuff. I put in my link to the things. But yeah, sounds good. I think I subscribed as well. I'm not sure. That's Ancient Tech DIY. And if you could just make a video simplifying it, like, and also speak into it, because it's like we have to look at it and so on. Just make it easier for me because I got a bunch of stuff on my plate. Anyways, guys, so I just want to check if this is working fine. Is this the Odyssey? Sonic Devils. Okay, Odyssey's fine. Let me know if I should increase the volume. I think I should increase the volume a bit. Thanks for showing me my software a couple of your streams ago. I got 1 subscriber. Oh yeah, yours. I forgot to look at that stuff. Anyways, guys, it's working fine. I'm gonna see this one. Let me know how the audio is.
If the moon landing was real, it's humanity's...
Yeah, I made this AI stuff. Okay, that's pretty epic. I'll refresh this quickly, and then we'll get into the show. We have 8 minutes in. Okay. Let's play this audio. Okay, yeah, so just make a good video. If it's really good, I could share it as well.
If the moon landing was real...
Okay, for Judy and John. Yeah, for sure. Okay, yeah, it should be fine. I just want to increase a tiny bit, maybe. Where does this look like? Okay, it might be increasing it this way. If it's this way, okay, it should be fine. It should be fine. Okay, guys, it's fine. Anyways, yeah. Anyways, Ancient Tech DIY. If you make a good video, I can share it as well. I'll share it in my Telegram, and if it's really good, I'll put it on my YouTube. So again, okay. Anyways, let's continue on. Let's do the housekeeping. Okay, guys. So MES livestream 84 moon landing deep dive. Yeah, volume is good. No clipping. Hey, thanks, guys. And also let me know if it's level with the audio of the videos I play, just so that it's all the same in sync. so you don't need to make it louder or lower each time. So anyways, join me as I explore whether the Apollo 11 crew actually landed on the moon on July 21st, 1969, or if the event was to some degree staged. The interesting part is the July 21st. They all follow these like what is that called? Zodiac mumbo jumbos. So July 21st is when the zodiac changes. So if you go to whenever it's like 20th or 21st. So let's say what is that? Zodiac signs table. Okay, let's just see zodiac times or zodiac dates and so on. Oh, here's a quick Google one here. So July, where's July? July 23rd, Leo. I thought it was supposed to be 21. Okay, this should be all 21. Yeah, okay, July 22nd. Oh, interesting, goes to 22nd. I'll go to wiki just to see what the generic one is. I don't know that changes the astrological sign, and it depends on the other stuff. Zodiac. Well, it's usually the 21st. Like there's approximate. Here's the one that approximate sun ending days. Where's the one that they actually pick? It was July 23rd. Anyways, okay. Approximate. I forgot how I used to do this one here. Anyways, I thought it was gonna be like that. Anyways, let's continue further. How many people finished high school global around the world? 8 billion of that number. How many did physics and math? I guess 10% of 90 did stick to this story for real majority. Anyways, Matthew, I ended up renting the documentary 7 because I was genuinely interested in their findings, but I didn't until the end that Richard Gage is the producer. Richard Gage, okay, yeah. So basically, anyone talking about Building 7, they don't talk about it turning dust for literally hours, and then for 7+ hours and weeks after, and possibly months and years. Then they are a nothing burger. Anyways, guys, let's play the. I made the trailer earlier with my just in video AI. Let's play it right here. Here's the moon landing trailer.
If the moon landing was real, it's humanity's greatest achievement. If it was fake, well, that's one of history's biggest conspiracies. In 1969, millions watched as Neil Armstrong set foot on the moon. But for decades, skeptics have questioned, did it really happen? Some say the shadows and flag movements in NASA's footage don't add up. Others point to the Van Allen radiation belts, claiming astronauts couldn't have survived the trip. And what if the truth lies somewhere in between? Could they have used advanced anti-gravity technology to reach the moon, only to stage the Apollo 11 landing to make it appear as though they went there themselves? The debate continues with arguments on both sides. From analyzing soil samples to recreating the lighting effects, the evidence to speak for itself. So, what's the truth? Join us for a live deep dive into the Apollo 11 moon landing. We'll examine the claims, the science, and the mysteries that keep this debate alive. Real-time quanda, expert insights, and your voice in the conversation. Was it one small step for man, or one giant leap into illusion? The truth is out there. Let's uncover it together.
All right, let's go. And this is this is just using stock footage, but apparently if you pay, you get the generative AI. So if you guys want to donate more cash money, so I can get some generative AI. So yeah, anyways, pretty epic. But again, so my view, I think that's it's likely in the middle somewhere, just because the main reason is the moon landing stuff is pushed. Like literally, it's mainstream. Like everyone knows there's quote conspiracies about the moon landing. It's like, for example, Joe Rogan had Bart Sibrel and so on, and like on his show talking about the moon landing's fake and all that. But the thing is, it's one of those where it's kind of like saying 9/11 inside job, but like, yeah, but can you explain in detail? Because 9/11 wasn't explosives and it wasn't gravity collapse, so and it was advanced tech. So it's basically, you have to always keep in mind advanced tech exists. So well, one thing for sure is the script had to have the moon landing. Like, it's not going to be like just a random thing. I definitely don't view it as just some random event where anything could have happened. Basically, they knew they're going to land there. Again, my view is that there's going to be some advanced tech there. And I'll get to that in a bit. Yeah, I don't believe it's entirely fake or entirely real. NASA 1969 was Nazi technology plus Jews Zionist money to open up blue collar taxes to open up. Anyways, just ease up on it here. You're talking in this channel, it's advanced tech, and there's my view, a singular world government, Freemasonic in nature, and money is just a tool of control. It doesn't actually exist. There's no they're getting these quote Jewish or Zionist money. It's they can print money out of thin air. They can do whatever they want, and they can literally create gold. So all forms of currency are just fake. Joe Rogan has toned down his moon landing views and is performing when he says he thinks it happened. Yeah, that's usually how it is. Joe Rogan is one of those just to make it make conspiracy like digestible for the mainstream people, but in a questionable manner. Like, hey, maybe it was, maybe there's aliens, maybe there's ancient aliens, maybe there's a conspiracy here, maybe all that. So it's one of those where it's like people that get high and just start talking about stuff. That's kind of the notion. It's like you're supposed to just stay. It's one of those just mysteries. Keep everything a mystery. Anyways, Donald Duck, just ease up on the the comments here, because he already said the weird Newton's law stuff that you got wrong, and we'll get to that in a bit. Okay, so that's that part, and then continue further. I just want to get to finish the housekeeping. I have some bunch of random topics, and I'll try to power through. I'll put this as a timer up to 4 p.m. So 3 hours, guys. So basically, we have 2 hours and 45 minutes left. Okay, 2 hours 45 minutes left. Let's just try to power. I'm gonna try to power through. Let me know if I'm talking too fast or not, but we will continue on. All right, guys. So poll results are in. So tiny seismic impact, very little noise, and heat are the most irrefutable proof of 9/11 do. Oh, yeah. Actually, before we get into that even further, so Methyl Miner joins the show next week, April 19th, on Bicycle Day to discuss psychedelics. That was gonna be epic. Apparently, psychedelics. Apparently, Bicycle Day, April 19th is like drug day or something. It's like psychedelic day. Okay, MK Ultra to take public's blue collar taxes, 1969 if you're red pilled. Anyway, all forms of work are just nonsense. Advanced tech exists, so what we're doing is just literally spinning a wheel for nothing. Alphabet agencies have been blind to the departments within. Faking is very plausible. Footage of men in suits struggling in a vacuum room suddenly on the moon, very little struggling. Yeah, but again, advanced tech exists. They could probably, my view is they probably just went there and did some footage, but they went there with advanced tech while pretending like it was just used some old technology that they destroyed. Anyways, guys, closed conversation. Anyways, Donald Duck, one more like constant messaging and ignoring what I'm saying. I'm saying your Newton's law thingy, you're talking nonsense. So one more, you're gonna get a timeout. Just stop saying that. The Newton's law stuff that you messaged earlier, which I'll cover, is complete and utter nonsense. Okay, so until you address that and also like apologize for spreading this info, don't just act here as if you know what you're talking about. Anyways, that's me talking to a likely disinfo agent. All right, anyways, going further. Yeah. So and also on then May 3rd, I have this Chris Info Crypt for gonna join a live stream on bio digital convergence. Gene Traduction is gonna join May 17th on 9/11 stuff and so on, and also possibly this year go to Kelowna and with Bob Greener and them and replicate the John Hutchison. They're gonna do a Hutchison effect replication, so that'll be pretty epic. Okay, Jeremy Bartlett, what up, my glop globs? Let's go. And also, guys, feel free to invite any potential guests on my behalf if you think they would be great on the show. And yeah, I think one guy here actually invited. Actually, he tagged one of the Flat Earth Dave. So again, I think the Flat Earth Dave is an agent. So we'll see how that goes. Mentions. Let's see. I think he mentioned it here. Let's see what he said. Where is the? Okay, this guy here. Yeah, this guy replied here on my Debunking Flat Earth live stream. He said you should make a video with him. You both can talk about this. This Flat Earth Dave. All right, sure, that'll be epic. All right, so that'll be pretty epic. I was going to ask Professor Simon. Yeah, it's a fake Professor Simon. Okay, guys, we got a bunch of people here. Okay, yeah. Anyways, continue further and so on. Okay, let's go to random topics. So yeah. Anyways, so poll results are in. Tiny seismic impact. I did this weeks ago, but then never got to the poll because I got a bunch of interview live streams. So tiny seismic impact, very little noise, and heat are the most irrefutable proof of 9/11 do. And I'll go to my Telegram right here. Okay, I'm gonna go and yeah. So there's the here's the poll, guys. Here's the poll I did before. So what is the most irrefutable proof of 9/11 do? And then most of the votes, 25% says tiny seismic impact, very little noise, and heat. So that won the poll. So again, that is pretty epic. And so that is the most irrefutable one. I voted for exterior lobby column still standing, which again, all these together is just makes it as a matter. So Solar says, I think it goes beyond irrefutable when we put all this together. Yeah, definitely. And yeah, again, my view is exterior lobby columns because it's like that's the ground level. You literally can see the ground level and it's still standing there. Exterior lobby columns. Let's go lobby. Professor Simon will learn away if he sees a whole do discussion. Yeah, for sure. I messaged him years ago when I realized, well, I also knew he's a fake professor. He also has a goat farm. So professor, he's not a real professor. He's a fake professor. He just says that, gives it a title to himself, and then he changes the about page. So pretty interesting. So I'm gonna go to lobby columns. So again, this is a rare photo I haven't seen before, and again, this is gonna be part of my like giant video I'm working on 9/11 exterior lobby columns. So again, these are the exterior lobby columns. See this right here, but also see the sphere. See the sphere right here? There's exterior lobby columns. And now they're gone. They're gone. And now you have this little sphere standing above everything. But now the lobby columns are still standing. There's the lobby columns. It's still standing, perfectly vertical. So in other words, the reason I like this, as my view, is most irrefutable, because nobody can say, oh, all the rubble went in the basement, even though the basement's tiny and it was barely damaged. The reason you can't you can't even say that is because this is still there. In other words, the material above it did not teleport past this into the lobby. Into the basement, into the basement floors. It's still there. So in other words, if you say it's in the basement, then what you're literally saying is that it teleported past this into it. So in other words, now you're pushing advanced teleportation tech. Along the lines of possible advanced tech making an actual undisclosed moon landing possible, have you ever wondered if nuclear power plants are covers for another kind of generation? Interesting. Yeah. That's a possibility. With the nuclear ones, but again, a lot of this stuff, the logistics is a bit different because it's like. I think you actually have to demonstrate this technology is producing energy. So I think there is, MES has the link. Okay, what link is that? So, but I do think that the one thing that's being, I think, covered up is that nuclear radiation might be similar to virology. It might not be as deadly. So that like even if you like drink uranium, as that guy was doing before. You're not going to die. But the thing is, if you push it as super, super scary, now you're all of a sudden need a bunch of laws to like put all this uranium out of people's reach and put them somewhere else. Whereas if it's not that dangerous to handle, if the everyday person can deal with it, all this quote radiation stuff, you possibly could use it for free energy tech, or like because I think John Hudson uses some radioactive material in his experiments as well. So I think there's it's similar to that virology where it's like get scared of viruses, blah blah blah. So then you need like $1 million labs to handle all these tiny invisible particles. Similar to radiation, I think that's definitely something like that. So that's my take on it. All right, guys. Anyways, so now we have a new poll, guys. New poll. Actually, before we get to that, make sure to donate, guys. Donate cash money and fund the operation. And I'll be looking to get a Faraday cage. I need to buy like a giant mesh, metal mesh. So I can put my Tesla coils in because I am scared AF when I use it. All right, guys, donate cash money, become a super fan, and so on. You can pay crypto and other stuff like that. Okay, this guy's messaging more stuff. Yeah, for sure. Thanks a lot for watching it right now. Okay, let's go. This guy's watching it right now. Okay, let's go. And he gets an upvote for me, 25% of my upvote. 12 cents. So this guy right here, just by saying he's watching the stream, made 12 cents. Well, I get half. 6 cents USD. That's about $4 Canadian. All right, guys. So that is epic stuff there. That's why you get on Hive and it's on there forever. Okay, yeah, sure. The nuclear fears are a little part psyop. Yeah, there's also this guy here, right here. I'll show you this one. Uranium. Professor drinks uranium. Okay, professor drinks uranium. Let's see. This guy right here was saying he just drank in front of his class.
I just now decontaminated my hand. No, I didn't do such a good job. Not good at all. Is it still radioactive?
I think he eats it or something. Okay, and he's using a Geiger counter and it's super radioactive. And you think he drinks
radioactivity. Now, under the decontamination rules of the government, when you decontaminate somebody like this that's that contaminated, and this is certainly a reportable incident under current DOE regulations, when you decontaminate him, it has to go down a controlled drain so that you don't disperse radioactivity. Do I qualify as a controlled drain?
Oh, he just eats it now. Okay, there it's yeah, he's eating and his Geiger counter is working. Okay.
That material that I just ate is
oh, but he's doing the hand thing though. That's uranium though.
Soluble in body fluids.
Okay, he's doing the Masonic hand thing. Okay, so now this raises a bunch of questions. Is he faking it? All right, let's go.
It's been this. It's
Alright, so anyone that does this hand thing, I'm like, why is he doing that? So in other words, he probably knows what's up, or it's faking it. But again, I think he knows what's up. So when you go to hands, okay, my goodness, everybody does these hand things. Like I've never done it in my life. Like that's unintentional, like not intentionally as a joke. Anyways, so he's doing the hand thingies, like unbelievable. Okay, so this is absolutely wild. I will share this in the hands thingy, but I'll share this to you guys as well. Okay, and I will do this right here. Okay, and now we'll go to in the random topics. I'm gonna go uranium professor eating has hands, Illuminati hands. Okay, so it's like like okay, so I think that's a semi-confirmation. I think he's telling the truth, but like nobody believes him because again,
like
he probably knows what's up.
It's been this. It was fired originally.
Anyways, so again, wild stuff. Okay, this is takes it to another level, guys. And again, the hand thing is just again, like for example, Musk hands. Okay, so for example, Musk Doge team, they always have one guy. Let's say Musk team always has at least one member rocking Illuminati hand sign. This guy's doing it like that. Like who sits like that? And there's the other guy. I think his name is Dix. Okay, hands. Okay. And also, this guy's during COVID. Yeah, this guy's always doing the hand thing. He's in Canada. This was a Ministry of Health. I think Minister of Health. He's doing the hand thing, but he was doing it super funny in this one. He says this is during COVID. He's like, "Do we have enough PPEs, like personal protective equipment?" And he's rocking this giant hand while he's trying to like act all serious. I'm like, "You're a giant clown. Okay, what are you doing? What are you doing on my TV?" Doing that, and then let's go keep going. Musk or actually Trump hands. All of Trump's family does the hand thing. Let's see. Okay, this guy was doing it the whole time. He's doing this is the and also Trump and Elon rescue astronauts. Okay, so like that's the Fox News. It's literally saying that the Trump and Elon are rescuing astronauts for some reason. Okay, this was his the son-in-law Jared Kushner. The guy with
there are real fears on the part of Arabs. I'm sure you talk.
The guy with the 666. Okay, where's my thingy? The guy with the 666 building. He's doing the hand thing as well, which was pretty interesting. Him doing it as well.
A lot of them who think once Gaza, if you think about different places, then Gaza.
And he was doing it the whole time. Anyways, I just want to like fast forward quick because I want to get back into the moon landing mumbo jumbo. Okay, and this was also the covering one eye and hidden hand was the highest ranked Freemason's hand signal according to the previous poll. I want to go back to this quickly. Musk. Actually, this is Lara Trump. Okay. Again, last one and get back into the show. Again, when I talk about hands or gyros and hands, I'm like experts on. Because this is the hands there, and then and so his wife Lara Trump says, "Yo, ease up," and then he puts it down. Okay.
Father led quite heavily on. We're seeing the whole Trump clan there. Now, pretty much all of them, apart from.
Okay, anyways, so a bunch of insiders doing insider stuff. G for gravity, like you said. Okay, so guys, we are, it's G's for gravity, guys. Anti-gravity is the main key. Okay, so we got that. Let's continue. What else we had in here? And oh yeah, so the new poll, guys. New poll right here. New poll, was the moon landing staged? Okay, guys, was the moon landing staged? Right here. Let's see what the poll says. Okay, so basically, MES poll, was the moon landing staged? It's either no, yes, entirely filmed in a studio, or in like Greenland or something. Partially anti-gravity UFO technology flew Apollo 11 to the moon. All right, that's partially. And then so far the votes are 0% for no, and then most of the people are voting yes entirely. But this guy says I want to say partially, but don't agree with the rest. And then and yeah, so he says partially, but doesn't agree with the rest of the stuff I said. And this guy says I don't think any of what they showed us was anything beyond holy weirding, but I do not rule out the electrogravitic tech being used to go as far out there as we can. Though I do give fair probability that Michael Tessarian's explanation would keep them earthbound. Yeah, there's Michael Tessarian doing that. I think that reptilian, they can't like leave or something. They're trapped. They're trying to get advanced tech to leave. I have some thoughts on that. That is very interesting, but more about the symbology. But I do think they're trying to do something, which is get advanced tech for. My view of the actual space they're trying to get into like is the neural space or cyberspace. Basically, get into your mind and link everything together. Okay, does that guy swallow words too? What is going on here? Okay, what is going on? Michelle, blah, blah, are you mocking me? What's going on here? Okay. All right, guys. Anyways, continue further into the stuff there. So, anyways, vote on the poll, guys, and see which one is picking up. All right, guys. So now moon landing notes. We'll go on this and we'll go over some random topics. It's been, let's see, we have 2.5 hours left and in the stream. All right, and I'll sit down in a bit. Actually, okay, I'm gonna go over some moon landing stuff and then I'm gonna sit down. So first of all, Arthur, I put these in the notes there. So also this is, why is this note there? This one shouldn't be there. 1 second. I don't know what just happened. Moon landing notes. Okay, this was cut in half there. Oh yeah, this was okay. So I put this in the wrong area. Moon landing notes. Oh, uranium. Okay, I do not know what just happened. What just happened here? Moon landing notes. 1 second. I'm just fixing up my notes. Do not know why is it over there. Okay, this should be. Yeah, this should be right here. I got these mixed up. Okay, this should be right here. Alright guys, so moon landing notes. Thumbnail made with Peak AI for 5 cents. I made this for 5 cents. I first asked Grok AI. So here is, I use this one right here, and I just use this basic one. Pays 5 cents right here. And here's a screenshot. I used it's on Hive, so paid 5 cents USD for film crew on the moon filming the first moon landing. So that's the thumbnail I made. So basically, again, my hypothesis currently is they went to the moon using advanced tech, just so it's all controlled and there's no hiccups. And they get in there pretending like they went through, like they actually did it on their own. And then they filmed it on here. We've never been to the moon, but if you come over, we can study Uranus. All right, let's go. Any evidence of platform, satellite, plane, pre-place other buildings, pre-place inside structures? Interesting. Well, we had, again, I've done a lot of stuff on that. And so on. Okay. Random topic. Have you investigated electrical universe model of cosmology? Thunderbolts project is great. YouTube. Yeah, I've seen some of that. Yeah, definitely. What the thing I want to point out is that I think the current universe, like not even just saying electric or whatever, it's not understood by mainstream. But yeah, so it's like, for example, I firmly believe a magnet is just, a black hole is a giant magnet. So it's like in that way, yeah, everything is just magnetic. By nature. Oh, even the mainstream says it is, but they just don't know. Like they just call it different words and so on. They say like virtual particles fluctuating in the fabric of space-time or quantum fluctuations. And I'm like, what do you mean quantum fluctuation? And then everything arises out of that. And then the question is, well, how is that any different from just saying there's an ether that's vibrating and rotating, and then that's what forms everything? Okay, NASA lies. They said it rains diamonds on my NS, and it's not true. Unfortunately, interesting. Okay, so anyways, guys, so I made this with the setup there, and I had some other test ones over here. I'm gonna open up these, the test variations one. This one I used. This was the free version. Whoops. Actually, we could do some sort of, yeah. So I used the free version. I made this one, but I'm like, it looks kind of like Earth on Earth, so. And then this one, this was on using Grok AI. So Grok AI, and this guy looks like kind of look like a Jeremy. Alien sign is Jeremy Reese guy. But anyways, so this is that one. And the cool thing of this one is you can pick from a whole bunch of different models. Some of them are super professional. We'll test them out right now. These are a free one. Okay, make an image of a UFO using a tractor beam electromagnetic force to hold the Apollo 11 spaceship as they fly to the moon. I'm gonna copy this. Okay, we're gonna use a free one, and then we'll test out different stuff there. So it's creating it right here. Just generating image. I'm just gonna see which one's the best one. And okay, so this one here. Okay, using a tractor beam. This was the free version. It does not look that good. Okay, this one ignores everything. I'm gonna open up there. So this one was not that good, and we'll just save this. Okay, I'm gonna go and save this inside, just so we have it for future reference. Okay, moon landing, and save this there. Okay, so that's the first one. I'm gonna go to Grok AI. Okay, X. Let's go to X. Do this quickly and then get back into the show. Okay, so now make an image of this. Okay, let's see what this one says. Let's see Grok, and then we'll use some paid ones. If anyone ever goes to the moon, they'll better land on top or they'll fall off. All right, let's go. Anyways, guys, just ease up on this moment. A picture of Earth rise from the Earth. Earth is way too small for you. Imagine Earth size. Anyways, okay, here's this one. This was pretty cool. Okay. So there's this one. Not like this one's pretty good. Okay, we finally got one. There's the astronauts in there, and there's a tractor beam, and there's a giant hand or something. What in the world is this guy doing there? There's the moon. Why is there a hand? Okay, this was really bad. Okay, so yeah, this one. Okay, we're gonna get onto the paid versions now. So now there's a paid version. Let's take out top ranked one. This was the one I used. This is 5 cents. There's some more expensive ones. High resolution images and refined details, recraft, and so on. I'm just gonna pick this one here, 5 cents USD. And the cool thing is you could do literally micropayments with crypto. So I was using crypto, and look how fast it is. I just click generate, and it's gonna go and use for my wallet automatically. So automatic payments anywhere in the world using USD pegged algorithmic stablecoin. Absolutely game changer, and no one even knows it. Okay, generating images. Let's see this. Diceps are already walking onto the moon. What is Elon's fave music? Rock and roll. Interesting. Okay, there it is, guys. We made one. Okay, so there's a reason why this one costs 5 cents. This is the actual good one. Okay, there's the moon. There's it looks like it looks like a boat or something. All right, we got one. This is how I went to the moon. All right, we went to the moon like this, guys. We, as in a bunch of Freemasons. All right, so we got that. Okay, anyways, we close that up. That was using peaked AI, using micropayments on crypto, which you can earn on just posting on Hive. You can earn it, and you could use it. All right, guys. Trailer made with yeah. So and also the trailer was made with this one here, NVIDIA AI. So I asked to make it, etc. And I also told it to remove the part where it said NASA debunked conspiracies. So I removed that. So I use this one here. It's pretty cool. All right, guys. Moon landing, and it shows you how outline. And if you pay, you get the you can edit and get using generative AI. Right now, I just use stock images. And the snake eating its tail. Yeah, that's the usual Freemasonic mumbo jumbo. Moon only lights up clouds immediately in front of it. I think it's strange how the moonlight could travel a 250,000 miles and barely spread it out. Moonlight. Yeah, because if there's no atmosphere, if there's no if it's just empty space, it just goes straight. That's according to the assumption of stuff. Anyways, guys, so we're gonna go over Apollo Wiki, Bart Sibrel Wiki, and also Edgar Mitchell threatens Bart Sibrel. But again, I view Bart Sibrel as a limited hangout. Okay. Oh, let's go. Amaru Sue Solora's in the house. Let's go. She's in Odyssey. Let's go. I hear you. Epic stuff. All right, guys. So we got first Odyssey comment. Okay, guys. So Apollo 11. I'm gonna lower my. Okay, I'm gonna start sitting down. I've been standing for an hour. Let's just sit down and see what happens. All right, guys. I'm gonna sit down, lower my chair, lower my desk. All right, I'm going down. Okay, I'll read the mainstream stuff, and then I'm gonna go over the Newton's first law or third law thingy that Donald Duck on the chat was saying. Because again, I don't know why is he pushing that? It's so blatantly like this info. Like it's just nonsense. Anyways, because here at Math Easy Solutions channel, I gotta be technical, mathematical, and so on. So we can't just put out random claims out of the wazoo. Hasselblad cameras, Apollo had film and silhouette. Again, this guy's it's like an Autobot. Anyways, Donald Duck, just ease up. Try to go slowly on the messages. Don't just flood it with a bunch of nonsense. Okay, Apollo 11 was a space. Let's check the stats here. So Apollo 11 was a space flight conducted from July 16th to 24, 1969 by the United States and launched by NASA. It marked the first time that humans landed on the moon. Commander Neil Armstrong and lunar module pilot Buzz Aldrin landed on the Apollo lunar module Eagle on July 20th. Oh, so they landed on July 20th. Interesting. Okay. Okay, and then and Armstrong became the first person to step on the moon's surface 6 hours and 39 minutes later on July 21st. At this time, Aldrin joined him 19 minutes later, and they spent about 2.25 hours together exploring the site they had named a Tranquility Base there. Let's upon landing, Armstrong and Aldrin collected 47.5 pounds, 21.5 kilograms of lunar material to bring back to Earth as pilot Michael Collins flew the command module Columbia in lunar orbit and were on the moon's surface for 21 hours, 36 minutes before lifting off to rejoin. Anyways, so that's the mainstream stuff. And let's check the Okay, it was the 5th crew mission of NASA's Apollo program. There's the guy here, and there's notice the footprints and so on. I just want to see. There should be some Super HD photos again. There's there's no studio camera in the reflection there unless it's Photoshop. Okay, Buzz Lightyear, yeah, Buzz Lightyear, Buzz Aldrin. Alright, guys. So there is that is that. Okay, so it looks pretty interesting. Okay, there's the let's see, Tranquility Bay. There is. Okay, so there's this guy looking out at over here. So he's got the NASA sticker there. But yeah, again, these are some pretty high def photos. The air in their suits, the small amount would go in temperature, and in no time sunlight they would have been boiled by the air inside. Anyways, I'm not sure what you mean. Anyways, Donald Duck, one more just this weird claim, like put something of substance, because it's like you have like an Autobot just saying a bunch of stuff. We should have a 24-hour cameras on the moon by now. Yeah. So again, those are interesting stuff. Yeah, it's kind of like they probably don't do that to like mock us, but they do have some reflectors there, and we can check it out. So here's Bart Sibrel. Actually, now before we get to Bart Sibrel stuff, so that was the mainstream stuff there. I'm gonna go over just a quick one on Donald Duck. So he posted here at the beginning, all the way to the beginning. He says Newton's third law plus absolute vacuum space nullifies 1969. Okay, and this guy says, what actions are you referring to? Newton's third law is what makes rockets work in space. And he says, on Earth, a rocket does work in the atmosphere, not in a vacuum. Yes, it does. Okay, there it is. There's one claim. If you if you don't correct yourself there. Let's say rocket in a vacuum. All you do is throw something, and it moves back. Okay, so here's rockets in a vacuum. Here's a vacuum chamber.
Hey everyone, well I did it. I finally got a vacuum chamber that can fit a human. Devasi sent me this giant vacuum chamber. They even a gas. That's so cool. What's cool with this big in a vacuum, let's make our rocket. To do this, I need something transparent that I can shine my laser through. So let's use a syringe. I'm just gonna put the flash paper inside the syringe and then glue the plunger so it can't come out, so the pressure can build up.
Okay, so you can actually make one just with the syringe thingy. Okay, so basically you compress it once the air gets out, all the pressure is gone, and then it just launches. See that again? He does that. Okay, so just
paper inside.
So all he does is put paper inside. He puts paper and then he closes it.
I'm just gonna put the flash paper inside the syringe and then glue the plunger so it can't come out, so the pressure can build up.
Okay, so then he glues the let's see, he glues the plunger, pressure can't come out. Okay, anyways, what did he glue?
So glue the plunger and then glue the plunger so it can't come out, so the pressure can build up. Okay, got it hanging in there, completely suspended.
Okay, now he's a string, suspended with string. Let's see what happens. And now he's taking the air out with the vacuum.
So after it's glued, the only way the gas can come out is through the tip of the syringe. Once the gas starts pouring out, it should send the syringe flying in the opposite direction. Now let's try to ignite it.
Okay, so it can only get out from the center there, but what was the reasoning? I hate how they don't explain it so simply. So that
suspended,
where's the glue he put? Anyways.
Completely suspended. So after it's glued, the only way the gas can come out is through the tip of the syringe. Once the gas starts pouring out, it should send the syringe flying in the opposite direction. Now let's try to ignite it by just holding our laser in one spot.
Oh, he's igniting. Oh no, I think it's glued. He's trying to take it off. I don't know what's going on. Anyways.
Whoa.
Okay, so it launches out.
Holy cow, that generated a lot of force. Once the rocket took off, it smashed into the wall just into
Also, I think he heats the inside. Okay, so heats inside, the pressure explodes, basically pushes out, and then it launches.
a million pieces. That's so cool.
Okay, so anyways, we have a little rocket in a tiny vacuum chamber. So it's like, what more does he need? This guy's videos are so interesting. Yeah, so Action Lab is pretty good. There's a bunch of stuff there. You just see it. The moon is not something people can land on. Yeah, that's another interesting possibility. They're gifted lunar. I think it was petrified wood. Yeah, I had heard about that. But again, I think a lot of this. So again, yeah, my view is that the moon landing stuff is used as like the poster conspiracy with that and flat Earth, so that everybody talks about him nonstop, while the mainstream just laughs at him and builds content like this, for example. So rocket in there. Okay. Anyways, so on Earth, the rocket does not work in atmosphere, not in vacuum. You need for action. You need for action, reaction, push against solid, liquid, or a gas atmosphere to get propulsion forward motion. First of all, you can get with the gyros without launching anything. You can do inertial propulsion, but you also, even a pendulum can propel itself with nothing. And also, if you throw something, if you literally are in space and you have a ball and just throw it, you launch outwards. So vacuum in yeah, let's go Newton's. Let's go again. Vacuum rocket. I do like this one. Rocket in a vacuum. See if there's another one, a more controlled one. Okay, here's Newton. Rockets in a vacuum. Newton's third law visualized.
Vacuum has now created an environment where it becomes vacuum in a chamber like this has. So it's essentially at sea level 14.7 psi, which is 14.7 pounds for every square inch.
Show me something. They're just showing it through there. I think it's just the pressure there. I just want to get an actual thingy that's launching. But anyways, it seems pretty far. Okay, soda rocket in a vacuum. Let's see. Okay, another action lab. The only one doing.
Okay, today I'm going to be testing if a rocket works in a vacuum chamber, but I'm not going to be using a traditional rocket.
It could be pushing off the wall of the vacuum chamber. What are you talking about? Just so obvious. You use a short one-piece fuse instead. They also like that. Van Alden belt and duct tape. Okay, anyways, we have to just calm down. Try to be a bit more.
What I'm going to be using instead is a soda can. And so it's the same concept, but the reason I want to use a soda can is so that you can actually see the gas being propelled out the back. So if I used a rocket propellant, it would be in the gas form and you wouldn't be able to see the gas. But in this case, the gas is dissolved in the liquid, and so what you're going.
Okay. Oh yeah. This one's pretty. Yeah, basically a soda one. And you have the carbonated water in there, so you have gas inside. Now, when you take the pressure out, it all flies away. Whoa! Oh. Whoa! Wait, it blew up. My goodness. Whoa!
See, the top just exploded off of there. Awesome. The first thing to notice here before we even look at the slow motion is to see when it explodes. See, it explodes. The pressure does not go up yet. So the chamber has not yet begun to fill with the CO2 gas. You can see as it clicked through a few more flames, the needle starts to go up. But go back, you see we get 1, 2, 3. The chamber is almost completely...
Okay, anyways, everyone's got like some next level stuff. Just make it simple, but yeah, pretty cool stuff. And we'll go Newton's third law, and then let's say on vacuum. I think you just throw it and it works. Okay, this is I think this is. Oh, that's a weight scale. Okay, yeah, that is a weight scale there, and just pushes out, and so you can get a bunch of force on there. Okay, here's demonstrating space. It's Morrison's doing this one.
It's going to be object 1. I'm the second object. If object 2, myself, applies a force to object 1, then that same force will be applied according to Newton's third law by object 1 onto object 2. However, there's a big disparity in the mass. Object 1 is a very light mass object. Object 2, myself, is a larger mass. And I'm going to apply that force. You saw that force applied to the ball made it accelerate quite a bit. It really didn't accelerate me much at all.
Yeah. Okay, it's more inertia. So now you push off this guy.
This way so that I don't throw you into something you can't see. Now I'm going to get into a ball behind Joe, and I'm going to apply a force to him.
And yeah, that's pretty much, yeah, and then that's what it's doing with rockets. You're just launching stuff out. Anyways, and also Donald Duck. So again, you haven't checked it out. I think you're a bot then. So he says, fun part of U.S. broke. Israel is over and done, but who controls media? Money, media control. See where's money. Basically, apologize for your disinfo about the rockets in space, and then otherwise, next time you comment, I'll just put you in a timeout. I don't want just constant nonsense. It's like, apologize for putting disinfo, like spreading it nonstop. Okay, this guy's posting here. See what this guy says. Neil Armstrong was the first set on the moon. How were cameras already on site to record the event? There could be a mundane answer. I don't know. Does this guy think it's a real photo? I put this photo. Okay. Again, yeah, a lot of this stuff is you need to be able to first ask Grok if these are confusing stuff. Anyways, so moon landing stuff. Spin it, put it in water. Well, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, that's actually cool. Alright, guys. Anyways, again, we're just having some fun here. Okay, so we went over the rocket in space. So rocket works in space. So in other words, if someone says rockets don't work in space, they're a disinfo agent or just like ignorant and just basically just nonsense. So it's like again, we're trying to here get info. And so on. Okay, so Bart Sibrel wiki. So now let's go to the Bart Sibrel guy. Okay, Bart Sibrel. Actually, we'll go answer this guy's here. What is the actual answer here? I don't think they're... We'll ask Grok. I don't think this is actually true. How are cameras already on site? They weren't, though. They weren't on site already. Okay, this one here, Science Focus. Who filmed on the ladder? Let's see the mainstream. Rest assured, NASA didn't call on moon dwellers to perform. The generally is relayed to live. Okay, where is the thing? Who, but included, rest assured. Where's the answer? Okay, asked by it. So does anybody ask it? Yeah, let's ask Grok AI. Again, a lot of these stuff, it's like, you gotta ask Grok or other stuff. And just get, let's see what the mainstream says. Okay, if something went wrong, my goodness. So now, you apparently can't ask this question. This is, we cracked the code, I guess, ChatGPT. Okay, let's see, this says, when Neil Armstrong descended from Apollo, a camera was already mounted on the side of the module. Camera was attached to the modularized equipment storage, a panel on it. So the first television footage of Armstrong stepping on the moon was filmed by this pre-mounted camera. So it's a pre-mounted camera. Meza. Eyes Wide Shut, etc. is from Stanley Kubrick, same as 1966 Secret NASA crab moon landing parrot and events. Anyways, Donald Duck, before you comment anymore, I'm going to put you in a timeout until you answer the thing, until you apologize. Apologize for spreading that rocket disinfo. Okay, first I'll ask you first. Donald Duck, what do you have to say about the, what, do you retract your rockets in space nonsense? Again, I need something before we just, so in other words, we're talking to a bot or something. It's like he's ignoring everything. I'm calling him a disinfo bot, and he's still posting. And it's usually, yeah, the anti-Israel, mumbo jumbo, etc. There's a camera attached to the side, which is questionable as well. Yeah, but basically, okay, how did the camera stay on during a space flight? Well, it's space, yeah, that's, I don't know where the camera is. Where's the camera? It looks like this. Well, yeah, it's bolted on there. Okay, so that's the, according to mainstream stuff. It just looks like a giant spider. Okay. Where's the camera? Where does the camera there? Is it, I think, I'm not sure if it's protruding outwards, but why is this so tiny? Let's see where the camera is. Okay, is that the camera? This one here, Apollo Miscellaneous. It could have been somewhere there, but anyways, yeah, a lot of these technical stuff, like where is that the camera or is that the rocket thingy? Okay, this one here. Okay, I'll go to the Apollo 11 TV camera. So this was the RCA TV camera bolted on there. Yeah, so again, yeah, if it's going in space, I don't see why not. How the camera stay up? It's just the camera. Okay, anyways, the big one is that they're all Freemasons. So anyways, so let's go to Bart Sibrel here. Okay, anyways, do you retract? No. What? Specific to Newton's third law in absolute vacuum space equals nullifying. Okay, anyways, I just put user timeout. You got 5 minutes. Just stop talking nonsense. I literally just showed you. I think it's a bot. I just showed him rockets work in space. It's a vacuum. And he's just saying, no, what is he saying? Absolute space? What's the difference? Yeah, all right, so anyways, so like that video I sent, if you don't have anything to, like, say that, like, anything coherent to talk about that, just enough of this. Okay, yep. Okay, so, but again, yeah, obviously, the narrative-wise, it's obviously a big psyop because, well, everything is a big psyop. But the thing is, you got to get to some actual specifics, okay? We're dealing with, yeah, like, especially to convince normies, because like the way is I never covered moon landing is it's just a bunch of convoluted mumbo jumbo. It's like 9/11 already shows advanced tech exists, and it's so obvious. And moon landings years ago, 9/11. I think, so in my opinion, 9/11 is best evidence that moon landing is fake. 9/11, not the moon landing itself. Okay, so anyways, so that was just that camera there. We saw that. I'm gonna paste this right here. I'm gonna go over camera. Apollo 11 camera. Okay, so in this stream, I'm just going to be looking at more, if we can find any claim. So basically, what is the #1 claim that the evidence is fake? We're going to see if we can detect those. Because again, similar to 9/11, I can give you like an infinite list of irrefutable proofs of mumbo jumbo. Okay, so that was that one. I'm going to ask this one here. The guy that messaged. I think you mean the camera attached to the Apollo 11 craft. All right, that's what I think. Apollo 11 TV camera. I don't know. This guy's, okay, anyways, I'm just. Okay, so now that was that part. So again, here on the stream, I'm trying to get everybody wake up by 9/11, not Apollo 11. 9/11. Again, the Apollo 11 is very similar. The name Apollo, Apollyon, it's like similar. Even Trump's got like Apollo paintings all over his wall and so on. How can I send a YouTube link here? It won't let me. You need to be a moderator. I'll make you a moderator. I'll add as moderator. Okay, standard moderator. Okay, and then how do I? Okay, so I can't even freaking see that. Okay. I'll add you as a moderator. Add 29. Yeah, standard moderator. Okay, so you can add links there. So you can add links. Only the spanner mod. No, you can. Yeah, so you can add one. The only number of evidence is photographs published by NASA that have been proven to be composites, and NASA have been replaced versions of online removing the composite marks. Yeah. Again, I need to see that exactly because I've seen people claiming it, but again, it's a very hard. Like I saw Richard Hall and Andrew Johnson one, but then I try to compare it with the mainstream setup there. It's like one person says this thing, one person says another thing. I gotta look at it closely. Thermite is BS and towers. Yeah. His name is 29,000 tons of thermite. That's a name basically saying that the thermite is impossible. So basically, the calculation says you need 29,000 tons of thermite to melt that much steel, and the 29,000 tons. You need an entire building worth of thermite, right? An entire building just to. And again, which never happened on another. Okay. I just want to see. I want to continue further. Okay. Anyways, Bart Sibrel here. So Bart Sibrel, guy, he was on the thing. He was on Joe Rogan. That's one that's like raised my spidey sense. So Bart Winfield Sibrel is an American conspiracy theorist who's produced and directed films arguing the Apollo moon landings between 1969 and 1972. Okay. Your time for stream was wrong. You said at 11 a.m. Okay, so everything changed, but you started at 10 p.m. Okay, so I guess we change that up. 1 second. 9/11 Revisionist is back in the show. I'm gonna go back here, and so apparently it's changed now. Because we had daylight savings time a few weeks ago, so that's gone. Okay, so there, and I'll put you also Roadrunner. Yeah, so this is 9/11 Revisionist, guys. His channel got removed on YouTube, so I'm gonna give him another add as moderator. Standard. So now you could add links and so on. Yeah, for me there was a time change, so now we're back. His is, yeah, so now we're back. All right, so that's that. Okay, anyways, so there's Bart Sibrel. He's the most famous anti-moonlander, but I think he's pulling a Richard Gage type role. So, American conspiracy theorist who has written, produced, and directed films arguing the Apollo moon landings between 1969 and 1972 were staged by NASA under the control of the CIA. He has created 4 independent films promoting that he is first, with the first having been a funny thing happened on the way to the moon. Interesting, he puts it on literally on 2001 is when he posts this. So it's like 9/11 happens, but then this guy's entire role, in my view, was distracting people so that they focus on the moon. When 9/11 just happened, and it's about the Apollo 11 stuff there, and also Apollo guys, Apollo Trump. Okay, so this is Trump's got some very interesting symbolism. Here's Donald Trump sitting on a giant ceramic swan. I can also use Apollo in the swans, and this is the swan song. Anyway, that's Apollo. But his if you go right here. This is in Trump's a triumph of Apollo, triumph, Trump, triumph, Trump. It's like they're all Apollo. This is Apollo in racing his chariots or whatnot. Aurora hurling the arrival of the morning sun. Yeah, this is like Aurora or Apollo or whatnot. This is Apollo led by chariot. Yeah, led in his chariot by Aurora, and that's literally on Trump's wall and on his roof. Okay.
Now.
So again, we got Trump, Apollo everywhere, and his entire thing is like in his 66th floor penthouse. There isn't apparently 66 floors, but he just calls it that, and it's all just a decorated. It's all just a giant like dedication to Apollo, and that's Trump. Trump, Apollo, mumbo jumbo. They took Bart down. No, I don't think they took Bart down. No, I'm saying okay, but anyways, so this is a very interesting thing. So he pulls out his first film on 2001 when 9/11 happens, when all thoughts should be on 9/11, and he pulls out very early, January 18th, 2001. Interesting. Okay, so we got this, the greatest government conspiracy of all time, the greatest government conspiracy of all time, on the year of the greatest conspiracy of all, the history of all time. Okay, of 9/11. And what's also interesting is timings. Let's go to Trump peaked. Okay. Moon landing. So I gotta include this as well. So I'm gonna add this right here. So Apollo 11 alleged moon landing yesterday. They landed on July 20th, 1969. And then a year before that, World Trade Center construction began. So a year before that, World Trade Center construction began. Stanley Kubrick and Arthur C. Clarke's movie 2001: A Space Odyssey is released on the same year as World Trade Center towers are being built. And also first 911 emergency call made by Alabama Telephone Company, and the Federal Communications Commission, FCC, and AT&T agreed upon 9/11 for their nationwide emergency calls. All right, guys. And the U.S. Air Force created the year before, and Trump's born a year before, and Roswell crashed a year before. Yeah, so 1947 on Trump's birthday, on Trump's first-year-old birthday. Okay, yeah, he is definitely is interesting. But anyways, so this was a year after Apollo 11, a year after World Trade Center construction began, and then 2001 happens, and that's the same year that Bart Sibrel posted his video. I'm gonna go to moon landing. I'm gonna add this right here. This is very, very. Actually, I'll add it. I'll see if I can find it. Okay, so moon landing. I'm gonna go to alleged moon landing and 2001 January right here. Justification. Okay, and this is Trump announced winner. And then this is we'll go with 9/11 justification. Okay, so there it is on this part right here. I'm gonna copy this. Okay, I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna paste this. This is on January. This is 18 January. Okay, so 18 January, right over where did I go? This is, anyways, where did I see this? Okay, I will have to, I'm losing my train of thought. Where in the world can this have gone? Peaked. I'm gonna remove this. January 18, and then this is this part here. Let's say testing. Where did the testing go? Oh, I think I have it twice. Okay, there it is. And where's the other one? Okay, so there's the testing right here. Okay, there it is, testing. January 18th. I'm just gonna copy this, Bart Sibrel. A funny thing happened on the way to the moon. And this is January 18th, 2001. Guys, this is again, in my opinion, pretty epic. Okay, so there's that link. And this one, and then okay. Where in the world did it go? Justification. This is the next one. Anyways. Okay. Anyways, I'll do this later. This is just too much time. I'm having trouble thinking. Okay, so that's that. Anyways, that's pretty interesting. I'm gonna have to do that later. I'm gonna save this one actually. Okay. I'll save this for later. All right, so that's that. Interesting to hear what Bart had to say about the timing of his release and what his thoughts on 9/11 are. You're trying to get these guys. He's on Joe Rogan. If you can get him talk about 9/11, talk about justification, that's going to be very, very telling. If you can, or whatever his answer is. Yeah, use 9/11 as a litmus test. So post on 9/11. It's not just a. He doesn't just do it randomly. It's like all of a sudden you post it on the 9/11 one, like. On the year of the biggest conspiracy of all time, and he's calling it the biggest conspiracy of all time, like that's not how it works. All right, and it also is a website here that's pretty. Okay, I'm gonna go to his website. funny thing happened on the way to the moon. Sibrel.com. Maybe you can get Bart on. Didn't William interview him? Oh yeah, did he interview him? I thought he just posted his thing. I don't think he interviewed him. But yeah, if you can get on the show, it'd be absolutely epic. Prior to watching Joe Rogan interview, Bart Sibrel. Yeah, so this is Bart Sibrel. One again, he's selling the book and so on. Funny thing happened on the way to the moon, and he has a bunch of moon stuff. So it's like, very interesting guy right here. Roadrunner, methinks. Okay. His lighting expert stages, guy form holiday. His main thing is crossing shadows in pictures. Okay, so Donald Duck is back, and he hasn't even says anything. I think he's actually a bot, which can never happen with one light source. Anyways, Donald Duck, just ease up on the comments. You already your rocket nonsense already was like got you banned for 5 minutes, and then it's like comes back completely forgetting that I literally muted him. There's a proof of compositor being changed over time. Okay, so we got posts on here. Okay, so this is on, and also if you could post in the actual link there. So this is the composite ones, inconsistencies. But even then, the composites would need, even if they were faked in some way, this does not necessarily mean that everything was faked. I will post that in there. Try to put it in the comment here. So I just click here and it's all there. So I put your message there. Okay, so this one here, we'll get to that. I just need to. 1 second, I'm just gonna get some stuff here. Okay, so anyways, so you wrote a funny thing happened on the way to the moon. He claims it was a hoax and so on. Technical difficulties experienced in the 1950s and 1960s, and the problems of traversing the Van Allen radiation belt and so on. Sibrel proposes that the most compelling condemning evidence is a piece of footage that he claims was secret and inadvertently sent to NASA. He alleges that the footage shows Apollo 11 astronauts attempting to create the illusion that they were 130,000 miles away. I saw this from the mainstream debunking one. I think it was, it didn't seem, yeah, it seemed pretty...
Oh, this is a...
stuff. Anyways, I'm going to go over to here. I'm just trying to get my train of thought. I have like a headache right now. Okay, I'm going to drink some waters, and 1 second. Okay, let's see here. What's it popping me? Okay, Bart did say if they paid him off, he'd shut up. No way. Okay, so that's a big tell. He probably did pay him up to do this still. Okay. Okay, so thanks for pointing out, but Bart, we have a weird feeling about it. Well, he's on Joe Rogan, okay? You know what? He's on Joe Rogan. Let's go to Joe Rogan, Bart Sibrel. It's like how come this guy's on there at 1.1 million views? That's pretty good, but he's on Joe Rogan though. He's talking about the moon landing, and it's all chill and so on. But the thing is, again, what is the? It's like, but he's like a celebrity. It's like, what's the actual evidence that you're pushing? So here you're saying in that video that there was the Apollo moon landing. First, can't go to Van Allen radiation belts, but also you're saying that they were trying to make it seem like Earth was far away. I'll get to that part right here. This part right here in the first one. And also he also, in the case of Apollo 11 astronaut Buzz Aldrin, whom Sibrel arranged to meet on a false pretense outside the Lux Hotel in Beverly Hills. Their interaction resulted in Aldrin punching Sibrel, which brought him significant publicity. However, no criminal charges were filed against Aldrin. Interesting. So it's like, okay, you got punched by him. But anyways, this part right here, illusion that they were 130,000 miles away. So he's attempting to create illusion there. I don't think that. Yeah. So again, I'll show you the mainstream debunking one soon. But here's I think this one was when he. Oh, it is Edgar Mitchell. Edgar Mitchell is interesting. I think he says he wants to get the CIA to knock out Bart Sibrel. Let's play.
Shot from 130,000 miles out.
Oh, this one here is showing that the little Earth there, or a little Earth from apparently far away.
I guess it's from approaching. It's from approaching the moon, looking back at the Earth. If that's the Earth, is that like another spacecraft?
No. But I have no idea what that is. It's some aberration on the film of some sort. Oh, those are shadows, I think. Or reflection.
I still like how there's music, man.
Probably reflections that are just reflecting.
Run that back again. So we get another shot of it.
Okay, turn off the camera. Your interview is done. I've given you all the time I'm going to give you.
Okie dokie. Good to meet you.
I don't say it's a pleasure.
I understand.
Please get your ass out of my house.
Okay.
And you came here under false pretenses, and I think you're an asshole.
Lying about going to the moon is a satanic lie of gigantic proportions.
I don't hit people, but you're going to be on the deck unless you get...
I'm heading out. I appreciate it.
And get the hell out of my house. You'll get a gun and shoot them at them before they get out of the office?
We have a video camera running if you want to do it.
Right.
That would be great footage for us. See you later. In court, I hope. You want to call the CIA? Have them whacked?
All right, CIA got him boxed. But and again, Bart Sibrel, like, it's like a movie. When it seems too good to be true, it's probably fake. Like, why is he so aggressively trying to go in their house and do that to them? Anyways, so that's pretty interesting. Yeah. So again, so Bart Sibrel is a very interesting guy. And what's interesting is okay, this guy's replied here. Let's see what else he says. I meant the remote camera showing Armstrong exiting the ladder. Maybe I'm incorrect in memory. I have that scene. I never saw it live, or at least original footage. Okay, so what about here? Oh, yeah, this was on the guy here. I don't see what he says here. Okay, this was on the cameras on here. I mean, okay, see remote camera showing Armstrong exiting. External view is showing that. The remote 11 report, you're not misremembering title. It was a bit of cinematic moment, but here's how they pull it off without a human camera. The camera that they captured was mounted on the lunar module in a fold-out compartment. Armstrong opened the LM latch and deployed. The cameras are automatically positioned and activated. Pointing. The signal transmitted live back on Earth. Wasn't far away from the drone or second astronaut. It was from a fixed position camera built in the ladder. Aimed strategically the ladder shot. Okay, what in the world is here? Most of the really iconic were taken by Buzz Aldrin. So the external angle wasn't from far away. Okay, so what is going on here? Camera. Okay, I'll just go here. Okay, we'll go to Buzz. Neil Armstrong. First walk. Let's see the first landing on the moon. Let's see how it looks like. Anyways, Donald Duck, CIA mind games, MK Ultra, and regime changes only stick with back home killing. Anyways, just calm down. I'm putting this guy in a timeout. You're just flooding the whole stuff. I'm gonna go 10 minutes this time. It's like I think he's a bot. He just doesn't stop. Doesn't even realize that I call him a disinfo troll bot for the rocket stuff. Okay, here's the first one. I just want to see what the guy was talking about. Neil Armstrong's historic landing. First, small step. Where's the small step here?
Very fine grained as you get close to it. It's almost like a powder. Ground mass.
Is that the first one? Okay, where's the actual first walk? Is this it? Landing on the moon. Where's the first walk on the moon? Might be this one here.
2, 1, 0. Okay, Neil, we can see you coming down the ladder now. At the foot
okay, yeah, it's a ladder one. I think the ladder one is that. I'll ask ChatGPT right here. And, you know, it's just a camera on the ladder. So again, it doesn't look like it's far away. How do I share this? Like, what is this? Share. Okay. I'm just gonna copy this. Okay, I'll go back to. I think it's just a camera on the craft positioned on the ladder. Here is what ChatGPT says. No Photoshop back in the 70s. Again, well, mainstream. You have UFO tech. I think 1,000 years ago, they can do a bunch of stuff. All right, so that's this part here. Okay, so that was a Bart Sibrel guy here. We'll continue on whatever the notes are. Anyways, I want to continue on this. So we have an hour 46 minutes right here. But also, guys, yeah. So the Roadrunner guy in the chat. That's 9/11 revisionist. Okay, we'll do some random stuff and get back onto this stuff here, and also look at the composite stuff and so on. But I do want to go over a few other stuff in a bit. Okay, so I'm gonna go go back here. Okay, so anyways, first of all, I want to go over this one here. So Egypt vaccine blow darts for dogs. So you just want to go some random topics quickly, just to ease up on the moon landing stuff. So here's this one is absolutely wild. Again, on Threads, that's the Instagram version now of like X. It's like mostly mainstream people. So they think this is also such a cool thing. So how vaccinations are done to street dogs via a blow dart in Egypt. So the music is all like happy music, whatever. And so basically they go around using blow darts, and they literally like shoot these dogs with a vax in Egypt. And that's gonna happen like to us soon. So again, absolutely wild. So absolutely wild. And that reminds me of this video. Okay, this video right here. This is yeah, these are sheep getting vaxxed and like on a conveyor belt. Here's COVID recap of COVID. So like hold them up. And then there's another one. So here's COVID 2020. Okay, that's what COVID was, and they go and inject each one of these nonsense chemicals. Okay, so that's that. What else was there? Also, guys, Ashton Forbes is now a maverick scientist, physicist. He unlocked a new, a new title. Let's check it out. So this channel with like no subscribers, 43, and then somehow he's posting this. So maverick physicist Just X Ashton explains the Navy theoretical framework to solve the vacuum catastrophe by quantizing space-time into space cells and equating Planck vibrational energy with Boltzmann's thermal energy, resulting in a vacuum energy density that matches observation. All right, let's go. Let's go, whatever this means.
This is a beautiful slide.
Actually, I do have an idea what he's
Sal
saying.
says, solving the vacuum catastrophe. This might be the most important slide. If you guys watch my podcast, I talk about the vacuum catastrophe every single time. I don't even need the slide for this, actually. I'm so good at this point. The cosmic microwave background is when we look out into outer space, we measure all the heat that we see. We call it the cosmic microwave background. All the heat. We add up all the heat. That must be the total energy in the universe, right? Wrong. The real way to calculate the energy in the universe is to add up all the...
Oh, he sped it up. Okay, and then Ashton actually responds, this is also probably better just to play at a normal speed, even though it is long.
Fluctuations. Imagine all the universe's little cells, like John Archibald Wheeler, were the ones who... It does the same thing. It makes that object...
Okay, RM is Ashton. Interesting. Okay, anyways, Maverick physicist, guys, unlocked a new code there. And before that, he was... what was he before? Let's check on the... I'll check what he was before. This was... I'll go here. Let's go to Ashton. Yeah, so before that, he was Supreme Scientist. Okay, so John D'Souza, the big right-wing guy, calls him the deep state controls everything. He says, okay, so the deep state's, anyway, Ashton Forbes, Supreme Scientist, joins the show. So anyway, Supreme Scientist, he joins the show. And before Redacted called Ashton a physicist. All right, so physicist, Supreme Scientist, and now Maverick physicist. What a shill. Forbes, Ashton, some Maverick. Yeah, he's a Maverick for sure. The skirt of 9. All right. Oh yeah, and also guys, get on FreeSpeak, Hive, and Inleo to avoid censorship, guys. Again. So I posted this right here. So Rumble. This was 9/11 Planes Research. Mark Conlon posted saying that saying that free speech is dead in the UK. So this is the online safety bill, and from the UK safety bill, in other words, like not allowed to view anything. So BitChute, they caved to the UK government, so now they're not going to put any of their videos on there. But UK people can still post, but nobody in the UK can watch BitChute videos. So UK is all gone, and I actually commented. So Rumble's also banned, and he was saying he was uploading to Rumble and Odyssey. And then basically Rumble's also banned in Brazil, Russia, France, and China. And Odyssey removes copyright material. So 9/11 Revisionist had his channel, an Odyssey channel, all taken down because it's copyright. He's posting documentaries and so on. And also I recommend FreeSpeak as a backup, as they use a truly decentralized storage system, and all the metadata is stored on the Hive blockchain. Plus you earn crypto. So again, here's my FreeSpeak. So again, post on FreeSpeak, guys. Get on these platforms right here. Don't complain if it's all taken away and you don't have a backup. Get a backup, and I posted. And again, some of the posts make money. At least one here, I posted $10 USD. You get half. Author gets half. And my upvote alone is worth like $1. So imagine that, just posting what you would do anyways, and you just get earn a few dollars here and there. And if you're in a country with a high inflation, for example, South Africa, like I was selling 9/11 Revisionist, $1 US, like $18 in there. So that's pretty epic. Anyways, and this one here made $15, pretty good. The Hutchinson effect. So again, I post everything there. Mystery object and get 3 hours long. You can post all these stuff. So for example, even if all of the there's mystery objects on 9/11 one, posted on 3Speak, 8 views. So think about it, 8 views and it gets $4. I get half $2. So 8 views, $2. 8 views. So imagine a million people use this. I'll be earning like thousands and thousands of dollars, like $100,000. Whereas on YouTube, it gets 1,000 views, it gets zero money. Because it's especially if you have conspiracy stuff, you're not gonna get anything. You're all gonna get a tiny, like all my 9/11 videos earn nothing, like probably like pennies. And height estimates so far. Get on 3Speak. There's bugs and so on, but again, it's expected. And then soon you'll be able to run your own node and earn crypto on that. But again, all this metadata, all the metadata and everything gets stored on the Hive blockchain. So to illustrate that, I'll go here, and so here's the metadata. I'll go to a 3Speak upload, and it automatically gets shared onto your Hive setup there. I'm gonna upload this one. That's my post there. I'm gonna go to a 3Speak right here. I'm gonna change this. Oh, actually, this is the different thingy there. Okay, 1 second. I'll be back. I think I did a 9/11 post way back. Okay, this one is probably the 9/11 exterior lobby columns 3Speak. Okay, this one for example, that same post I just showed you. Here's the same post. All the tags are on here on the Hive blockchain. Will never go away, and so on. Okay, so we are good to go. Okay, I think what else we have here? Yeah, basically BitChute caves to the UK government, and then also 9/11 revisionist 4th YouTube channel is deleted. I'm gonna start posting right here. So 9/11 revisionist 4th YouTube channel got deleted. Follows Rumble account right here on revisiting 9/11, and also he's a moderator now. His name is basically his personal account is that Roadrunner on here. So 4th one is removed on YouTube. So think about that. They're talking about actually living on the moon now. Yeah, so that's another thing. I think the moon landing conspiracy, like it's always pushed nonstop, and where everybody, it's like everybody in the alt media saying it's fake, and then all of a sudden they're gonna have like you can take a flight to the moon. And it's like, what? So Uncle Murray, interesting. Okay, this is Uncle Black Cube Murray, interesting. That's a thumbs up on Odyssey, thumbs up. Let's go, second comment on Odyssey. All right, so continue further on here. Yeah, so we got, and then and the other part is, so yeah, Rumble's banned, guys. Another part, people don't realize it. If you're in Russia, you can't even watch Rumble stuff. So it's like, so yes, Rumble's banned in Brazil, France, Russia, and China. So it's like Rumble is, that's why you have to deal with decentralized stuff so that they can't do anything about it. Just puts on 3Speak. So Rumble is no longer available for the citizens of Brazil, joining ranks of France, Russia, and China. So it's absolutely nasty. Look, if they threaten your family instead of you, it makes you to cooperate with CIA, Kubrick, Till. Okay, so this is a bot. I'm telling you, Donald Duck. I've blocked him twice now, and he still comes in and says stuff, but ignoring that I called him a disinfo troll bot for saying that rockets don't work in space. And he's still posting stuff. So anyways, one more post that's ignoring that I'm calling you a disinfo troll, and you get banned. We'll just put out another one. Okay, Roadrunner 9/11 Revisionist says I'll be creating a new YouTube this week, and then you and I need to do a tutorial to get on those other money-making platforms. Yeah, for sure. But also on your YouTube one, there's 2 methods of not getting deleted. One is posting trailers to the full video. The other one that's on the other platforms. And the other one is posting the majority of your post, or at least half, have to be non-conspiracy stuff. Okay, Donald Duck. Okay, deleted by Roadrunner. Let's go. Okay, yeah, just put him a timeout. I was gonna ban him. I was gonna put him a timeout, but anyways, because it's pretty interesting. It's like our own AI bot that's putting stuff info. Post agent ID here. The one you showed me on X. His agent ID. His agent ID. What does that mean here? What was it exactly that got him censored? Probably the 9/11 plane stuff. Plane stuff was very, very, very dangerous. So anyways, there's 2 methods. One of them is actually on YouTube, posting stuff that's more neutral. For example, science and technology. So I firmly believe my math videos keep my channel alive. And then the other method is post trailers. If you're only going to do conspiracy stuff, post trailers and to your conspiracy stuff that's on another channel, and only post like full-on ones, like periodically, once in a while, but that are bombshell ones. But avoid any constant pushing, because they check the channel. I firmly believe they check the entire channel. Like they rank your channel as like, what is it? So mine would be like a math channel first, and then a math and science one, and then a conspiracy one is like thrown in at the secondary. So that's probably what keeps it alive. All right. So anyways, that's that. Let's see what else we had. Random stuff. We're gonna keep going to the random stuff, and then I'm gonna go full on moon landing stuff. Okay. Right here. Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, get on decentralized platforms, guys. Even Gab is being threatened by Australia and UK. So again, Gab is a centralized company. They have their own censorship set up there. But they just follow the First Amendment or the first or second, whichever one is the free speech one. Okay, I wonder why the previous redacted speaker McCullough Pam Bondi's Epstein Phase 1 folder holders are linked to the wellness company. Yeah, the wellness company is very interesting. That's another one. I think the conspiracy person did stuff on it. I think wellness company is also linked to RFK or whatnot. I've been watching all your videos and I had a feeling that's how you were operating. Yeah, definitely check out my stuff. But also, I do want to focus on the math. It's kind of forced me to learn stuff. But also, because I was considering making a second channel for all the conspiracy ones. But I have a second channel, but it's for like uploading other people's conspiracy stuff, just so that's not too off topic. So I don't want to be Matthew's too much off topic. But anyways, so here's one just to show you. Gab is getting threatened by like $18 million fine or and so on. But they're just not going to go abide by it and see what happens to them. But also that was the UK on Gab. So UK going after Gab, and if you go past that, Australian government is also going after Gab and asking a fine to censor a video of a tragic event at the Assyrian Christ. Oh, this one here, that bishop one that was allegedly hit by, which I think was a psyop, and this guy's a pro-Trumper, and then all of a sudden he gets attacked by this guy with the camera right in his face, and the guy's knife doesn't work. And so on, and then he's back on saying, anyways, he's back as if nothing happened. So that's pretty interesting psyop, in my opinion. Anyways, so Gab and tech stuff there. Get on Inleo. So here's the links to the other stuff. So guys, get on Inleo, Hive, and 3Speak. And Inleo, for example, is the Inleo is a Hive one, but it basically they cloned like X, so you can literally post stuff like it's like X, but you can also do long articles and so on. So, for example, I posted here today. So I missed live stream here, and you can all do like live spaces and so on. And then, so again, all these are on the Hive blockchain. And so there's my access. Just again to illustrate this, this right here is my Hive account that I can access from any different website that's on the Hive. So, example, Peaked. Let's go to Peaked, and then at MES. And everyone's got their own different setup here, and it's exactly the same thing, but just different layouts and so on. And then you can go. I'll go. Ecency has a good app as well. Ecency, and you can go. Basically, all the data is not on the individual websites. It's all over. And again, I'm showing you all my one account with multiple different. You go to profile. I know why it's not loading. Okay, there it is. So there it is. I shared this one here. So the notes I showed you, I like the peaked one for the notes. But this is the exact same thing, different websites, okay, and so on. I just like Peak because some of them they don't embed as much. I mean, they don't like always show it like this. Anyways, so these are the exact same notes, different website. This is Ecency. Anyways, how are those prosecutors winning 99% of the time? All the suits against the government for violating rights get defended until they get dismissed. Yeah, laws are litigation in their favor. You'll never win in court. Yeah, that's usually how it is. Great idea for a channel. It brings wider audience. Yeah, definitely. And also again, 9/11 is a big one. I want mainstream people on it because, for example, BitChute and all these other areas. And so like on 3Speak is a lot of crypto people. So again, I want those people. I've had some of them wake up to 9/11 and so on. And then on YouTube is normies, and then on BitChute is like is like super conspiracy people. But again, a lot of them are like bought into the all disinfo, so you have to like gradually get them on your side as well. But they're pretty interesting. All right, guys. So that's that part. I think we had a few more. So also, guys, 9/11 revisions is going absolutely viral. Oh, also before that, so it's not only is like the platforms, let's say the censoring and so on, but the data itself is also being like hidden away. So it's also they keep all the data and they make all the money off it. And off all the data that you use on their website. So all the posts you do, they're the ones that can access it and handle like and see what's happening and so on, and do analytics on it and track everyone and so on. But that data is not being given to anyone unless you pay a whole lot of money. So for example, even accessing data on private companies like X are being priced out, while Hive, everything is free and it's free to the public. So for example here, so this website Social Bearing. So I went and I wanted to go see like the most this website right here is gone. This guy made a post right here. This used to be like you can check analytics on all of Twitter. But then Elon Musk bought it and then made the prices really high. So he says, I'm sad to announce that as of today, Social Bearing is no longer operational as our access to Twitter's free API has been revoked. The new free and basic plans are far too limiting. And at $40,000 a month, the enterprise tier is far too expensive to keep running. So $40,000 a month to get the data that he was getting before. So notice that your app Social Bearing has been suspended from accessing Twitter API. So again, you got to pay. The free one is very limiting. Because before you could literally go see the most likes, likes an account has on their tweets. You could sort out all the tweets and so on, and find a bunch of data on it, which countries is liking, what they're using it and so on. Now you got to pay $40,000 a month just to get basic data. And he's saying the basic one's very limited, so you can't do it. But this site was absolutely amazing. And now I can't find out what's the most viral stuff on. For example, I was gonna go here and see what the most viewed are, because 9/11 Revision is going absolutely viral on X right now. So this angle South one, he's getting 3 million views. He posted it 2 days ago. Let's go 3 million views on this one. This one here, this is 1 million views. This is a video we worked on here, 108,000. But I think he had a few other ones that he got 1.2 million views. Okay, again, these are absolutely epic stuff. I think is this the one with the sound?
110.
Oh,
my leg.
Okay, I'll be putting dubbing this eventually once I get settled in. Okay, this 2.6 million is a Spire. I think I made this video as well. Yeah, I made this one as well. So he's getting all the views. I make the videos, he makes the views. Let's go. That's teamwork, guys. I'm gonna make this a bit bigger. Okay, and go on. And there's another one. Him and let's say viral. Whoops. So if I go here and write viral. Okay, yeah, so now the revisions and chain introduction going viral on X using my videos. Okay, this one here was, let's see how many views this one. Yeah, no Spire, look what, I think it's like 3 million views. Okay, there's 1.8 million at that time. And then this one videos I made. And this one here, gene introduction going viral. And this was 600,000 views. Other ones like 1.8 million and so on. Yeah, 1.8 million views and more. And so on. And these are videos I made. It's pretty epic. And so on. Okay, let's continue further. Yeah, this is great footage. I'll be using this one as well. One pinned on my timeline is 7.6 million views. Let's go. Okay, let's see what he has. But the thing with again, all these views, right? But they don't earn that much money. This probably like there's that calculator that I showed. Because on Twitter they pay chump change. On YouTube, they pay more, but they don't monetize these kind of videos. So 7.6 million views. So just to give you an idea, so 7.6 million views. Okay, and then here's a Twitter calculator, Twitter money calculator. Let's check. This is daily impressions. Let's say you got 1 million impressions or views. 7 million. 7 million. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 7 million would get you $60. 7 million would get you $60 right there. 7 million. On Hive, my upvote, one view of me, I can post and you'll earn 50 cents. So imagine you had 1 million and be like infinite money. So on YouTube money calculator, actually I have one. Money calculator. Oh, why? Let's go YouTube money mc.mes.fm. So this is actually our calculator. So on YouTube money calculator by MES. So this was before, but the RPM is probably the same. Say you got 7 million views. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So you would make about $9,000 to $23,000 depending on how much views you got in one go and the type of advertising. So basically about let's give it let's go $10,000 to be on a conservative side. So on YouTube, if you got 7 million views, you get $10,000. On Twitter, you get 7 million impressions, you get $59. All right. On 3Speak, you get 10 views, and depending on the votes, you get you can literally get like $1 million bucks if you had 7 million views. So for example, on 3Speak, yeah. So on 3Speak, this guy here, for example, this guy here posted 18 minutes ago, $4, and it's like just 181 likes. So under 1,000 views, $4, and so on. And this is crypto with no KYC, and nobody, you don't need to do anything. They don't need to hold anything. There's no taxes on it. Well, you have to, if you're in the government, you have to report that or hide it and so on. But there's no like extra fees and so on. It's all just straight from the blockchain. Anyways, okay. Anyways, so that's out. I think we have a bit more stuff here. Also, yeah, another part here, guys. Arthur C. Clarke, 2010 Odyssey 2 about landing on Jupiter's moon. Okay, $60 for me is R1. Oh yeah, $1,000 in South Africa, and I can fill my car's tank with money, with that money. Yeah, no, that's great. But again, on Hive you would have had that because we had that issue with the KYC. Because apparently they don't accept South Africa. What's it called again? On Hive, guys, just join Hive. One way is you can get on the if you want to. I think there's a few people using my referral one, but again, Hive is I think 3 people use my referral. Miguel, Tom Power, and this guy, Bambian Tom group. Anyways, guys, just get on Hive, figure out how it is. If you want, email me and I'll sort that out. Let's see, I'll check my email, and I'm gonna go to the washroom soon. Let's go. Where's this one right here? Okay. Okay, and then there's the Davis guy. That's pretty interesting. Okay, yeah, there's nothing in email. I just wanted to check it quickly. Okay, so we're good to go. Let's see what else we had in here. So we have 38 people in the show. And okay, so we had this uranium guy using the Illuminati hands doing that and eating uranium. And okay, Boston. Okay, so we'll go here, and then I'll read over the Boston bombing stuff. Very interesting. And then I'll go to the washroom and come back with full 9/11 until we go. I thought you said free voice or something. Free voice, 3Speak. I mean, 3Speak, free voice. Go to 3Speak. Again, 3Speak, use it as a backup. I'll put all my streams there too after. So, how do I like, okay, 3Speak. Speak user. Oh yeah, that's it, cool. Yeah, this one, again, the metadata gets on the Hive blockchain. Eventually they're gonna make a token system as well, where people will start earning from the nodes. So you can actually run your computer, store people's stuff, and then you earn crypto, and you can all decide which ones you want to store and so on. And so on. So yeah, basically, this is my account right there. Follow me. Basically, you'll need a Hive account and email for this one. But a Hive account, create a Hive account, guys. I don't know how to stress enough. Just figure it out. If you want, email me if you need help. Email me if you need help in creating a Hive account. Yeah, the Boston unbombing. Yeah, so I saw that. Okay, anyways, what else did I go here? I'm going to go back to this part here. Okay, so Arthur C. Clarke. So this one I did not realize this. This is actually fascinating. So Arthur C. Clarke, I made a big post about here. So the Arthur C. Clarke who wrote, the Arthur C. Clarke wrote in 1992, or wrote a 1990 book, or wrote the 1982 book, 2010 Space Odyssey 2, 2010 Space Odyssey 2, as a sequel to his 1968 movie or novel 2001 A Space Odyssey. In Space Odyssey 2, I have spelled this like Odyssey, the video sharing platform. Okay. In Odyssey 2, aliens tell humans not to land on Jupiter's moon Europa. And fast forward 42 years, and NASA has just launched a space probe on October 14th, 2024. To study Europa, which they view as the best chance to find alien life or single-celled marine organisms. So here's from this clip right here.
Arthur C. Clarke had a sequel to 2001 A Space Odyssey. It's called 2010 Odyssey 2. And at the end of it, an alien intelligence converts Jupiter into a star. As a group of astronauts narrowly escape the implosion, they receive the following message from the aliens. All these worlds are yours, except Europa. Attempt no landing there.
Now, that was just a novel, but it suggests that already in 1982,
we suspected that Europa might offer our best chance of finding alien life in our solar system. 42 years later, in October 2024, NASA is actually launching the most advanced mission to hunt for signs of alien life. And it's going to Jupiter's moon, Europa. It turns out that during a Europa Ocean conference in the late 90s, NASA actually video called Arthur C. Clarke, and after showing him plans for a future mission to explore the faraway ocean world, Clarke finally gave NASA permission to land on Europa.
Alright, anyways, so Arthur C. Clarke writes about Europa, it's got aliens and all this, and it's, again, 2010, Space Odyssey 2, sequel to 2001 Space Odyssey, and again, Space Odyssey, monoliths everywhere and so on. And now they're all of a sudden going to Europa and saying, oh, we're going to find some single-celled organisms as life and so on. So done with AI. Can you do a video on this Matt? Okay, so on the Hive account. So again, the Hive one, I may do a video again. It's a lot of stuff to do. But if you want a, there's two things you got to do. You just got to download Hive Keychain. Hive Keychain. You just go to Google Hive Keychain. Download it as an extension. That's the best way. I just use a browser extension. Or you can also use it on phone. I have a phone and browser extension. And then what you'll do is you'll put your master key in there. Once you and to get the master key, there's multiple ways of creating it. The free one is the free one. Well, the free one I can create one for you, just like literally off the bat with using my HP. Or if you want I think there should be a way right here. If you want to have one that's free to create, you might need a verification using your email. I mean, using your phone number or your X account. Okay, yeah, Buzz Aldrin's mom's maiden name was Moon. Yeah, that's also interesting. I'll just sign out here. How do I sign out? Okay, I just want to click sign out. So this one uses a free setup there. So just go to log in, and then basically you can create an account, sign up with X. So basically go and create an account right here. Use my referral in Leo. Okay, where's my referral? In Leo, referral. Okay, there it is. Use my referral, and then what you'll do is you'll go here and then sign in with or create an account. I recommend creating a Hive account right here. But then verify with your X or phone number. If you have it, if you want to do it anonymously, then let me know and I'll do that. Otherwise, you could, and also you gotta sign up with this. You get light accounts and then later you can figure out how to make it. So, anyways, use this referral and then just go to create a Hive account. And once you do this, create an account and then let me know. Then that's the next step after. All right, that's the and then download the keys. And then yeah, we'll figure that out later. But anyways, let's go back here and then. The cool thing is you could sign in again using just the this one. I just type right here MES and it uses my extension and sign in and automatically it uses my extension because I already put you put your keys in here once and then you sign in. You put it in and you sign in. Okay, and there again this is and then you could sign in using once you download the keys you put the keys in your Hive keychain and then you go and sign in any way you want on Peaked and so on and so on. All right, so that's that. I think he messaged something right here. Okay, this is Davis guy. This is the guy that was beat down by the cops for his Theo Lim, his baby that they abducted from him. Okay, so that's that. What else do we have here before I get to the? I'm gonna go last hour just full on the thingy. Okay, so also here Boston bombing looking very staged, and Methil Miner's friend knew the alleged bomber. And say he was not a terrorist. Wow. Okay. So, and again, if you want your channel deleted, you would post. Put this video out, and then you'll get the channel deleted probably on YouTube. But so, anyways, you gotta be strategic with this. So if you go to, why isn't it open here? Just open it. Like what's going on here? Okay, there it is. So this one, I'm almost done. Actually, I got like 1 hour in, but it's looking pretty straightforward. It's like a crisis. Well, it's one of those what was crisis planning events. What are those called? But anyways, when they do the crisis training exercises. So the Boston unbombing, how and why the Boston Marathon bombing was a event that was very, very questionable. So again, in my wording, I don't want to get banned. So again, he also, Method Man also says, I used to live near Boston as well and met some people who were friends with the alleged, quote, bombers. They swore up and down they weren't some terrorist kids and were normal. I told them it was, quote, stage and he was a patsy, and they responded, oh, well, that's the only thing that makes sense. All right, that does. And if you go in here, I'm going to post this everywhere. And the reason, I think that one of the most telling is the guys, apparently, they had people that blew off all their clothes, but they weren't bleeding underneath, and their clothes looked like they were cut with scissors, like literally, scissors. Okay, and then we'll go here. I just want to click on one of them. Okay, it's a big documentary. Okay, I don't know why it's not opening. Okay, it should be opening, and then I'm gonna go watch it once I get to this. Okay, so it's not loading up. So okay, there it is. It's loading up, and while it loads up. Most of the victims had scissors in their hands. Interesting. Yeah, so there was, I think someone had scissors, and there's the other part. There's literally scissors there. Yeah, and so it, again, very, 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 very questionable stuff there. Okay, I'm going to start closing some stuff. I mean, how will society even work if there is free energy? Economy doesn't exist in free energy society. I really want to know how the world will function. Yeah, good. Good questions. I believe free energy equals end of reality as we know it. So again, free energy actually like make it practical and so on. You get to a point where reality just melts. Okay, and this is the social bearing one. You can't even get the data from it. And also. About the data, again, on Hive, you can literally see everyone's data. You can go see, and everything's free and stuff. You can see every single transaction I made. You can see how much crypto I have and so on it. And you could do, there are all ways to do private, like have it private and so on. But by default, everything's public. So you can see all the posts I did. These are all the payouts. But here's all the posts. So you can see the post right here. And again, everything is public. Everyone can check, and everyone could use, especially the big ones, you could use for AI. You could use actual data that you'll know there, and anyone could build their own AI models using this data, as opposed to like paying like $40,000 a month for Twitter's data. Again, these are all the posts you can see. I voted this one, effective vote. I think you see some posts. It tells you the date, the link there, the weight of voting, and a bunch of other stuff here. But the other thing I started doing was on InLeo. If you click summarize, you can summarize YouTube videos using the transcript. And I've done a lot of that. And right now I'm trying to put all of Martin Fleischman's Memorial Project, all Bob Greener stuff on there. And for example, here's a gyro system summarized. I summarized John Hutchins' videos. I'll do all of John Hutchins' videos as well. So basically summarize, and it gives a list of, just basically it uses the transcript and summarizes the video and puts on the Hive blockchain and so on. And all you do is type summarize. And I was going to do that right here. Okay, first moon landing. Actually, we'll do that later. Anyways. Okay, the video is out. I think this video is playing now. Okay, let's go back here. My post didn't show here. Interesting about Capitol shooting. Yeah, you gotta be very careful what you say, how you say it on YouTube. Okay, let's play here. I just want to get to the scissors. Okay, this one. Yeah. Okay, and honestly, the scissors one. Okay, this is some scissors cut up, but the big one is a scissors one. Okay, this guy, but there was a scissors one. How do I go back? Okay, this is okay. Go like this. Go to the scissors. I want to get to the scissors one. Okay, these are apparently it's like rubber. It looked rubbery, but anyways, yeah, this guy here. So apparently this guy's clothes blew off from the blast, from shrapnel and so on in the blast with like nails and all this, and he's running away perfectly fine. There's no blood on it, but his pants all ripped off. So how is his pants ripped off? Okay, so his pants ripped off, and it looks like it cut straight down. There's another one that's a super obvious, and this guy's running away, and apparently it blew off his pants. Okay, it blew off his pants, and apparently this was all an amputee, and apparently it's a fake leg. But anyways, I don't want to get the video taken out, but I just want to get to the. Okay, I don't want to show these on YouTube, even if they are. Yeah, there's some other ones that are. I just want to get to the. Stuff here. A transcript would be pretty cool. Okay. Yeah, this guy right here. This guy right here. Apparently, a blast cut his leg, blasted off his pants, but in a perfect cut down. And this person's handing out scissors right here. So this person has scissors. This one has scissors, and this lady has scissors. And so I think that someone else has scissors. Anyways. So and this guy's perfect cut right here, straight down the line. So again, bombs apparently blew it off, gave him a new fashion clothes, but no actual blood or anything. So that's again, I think that's probably that's like a smoking gun. Again, when you talk about smoking guns, irrefutable proof, that's very hard to say otherwise. So on the moon landing stuff, you'll need to see something like that. And anyways, I'm gonna go wash up. I'll be back. I'll be back, and then I'm gonna look through. Yeah, basically we've covered all the random stuff. I'm gonna go through all this. I'm gonna go over this one. Stephen F posted the composite stuff. Okay, so again, this stream is more about like just to see what we can find on the moonlight. Okay, so this one here, Earth photos from moon inconsistencies, and we'll see what we can find here. Abstract, a series of photos. There were no photos of the Earth taken from the lunar surface during that. Okay. Okay, we'll see what they have on here. Cameras, video recordings. I think the stuff I looked, again, these are the stuff that we'll need a bit more in depth to look at. I'm just saying, like, what is the actual irrefutable proof stuff? Because a bunch of technical know-how is not gonna convince some random person. Because for example, a random person seeing that person's cut up stuff in the Boston bombing, that's pretty hard to explain otherwise. And then this one here, you have a bunch of text. And then anyways, we'll get to this in a bit. I'm gonna go to the washroom, but in the meantime, I will play video. What should we play? Video of astronauts. Astronauts press conference. I'll play this one here, and then yeah, just to see yeah, this one right here, the famous astronaut press conference. Let's see how they react.
And one graded.
So apparently, a lot of people are saying it's okay. At the top, it's the first 3 photo pairs. Again, anyways, I'll get to it in a bit. I'm just gonna go to the washroom. I'll show it in a bit. I'm gonna go to the washroom. I'll be back, guys. And this is that famous press conference. Some people are saying that they're very uncomfortable, but apparently there's other footage that show him like this always. So he's like a robot. Anyways.
Adventure. It's an adventure that took place not just in the month of July, but rather one that took place in the last decade. We all here and the people listening in today had the opportunity to share that adventure over its developing and unfolding in the past months and years. It's our privilege today to share with you some of the details of that final month of July that was certainly the highlight for the 3 of us of that decade. We're going to divert a little bit from the format of past press conferences and talk about the things that interested us most, in particular the things that occurred on and about the moon. We will use a number of films and slides which most of you have already seen, and with the intent of pointing out some of the things that we observed on the spot which may not be obvious to those of you who are looking at them here from the surface of Earth. The flight, as you know, started promptly. And I think that was characteristic of all the events of the flight. The Saturn.
All right, I'm back. I'm back, and also the Donald Duck guy's back. censoring, cutting me off in your chat. I already told you. You have to give me something about that rocket stuff. Like either apologize, say you sorry for spreading this info, and so on. Make you childish, same as U.S. narratives and YouTube guidelines. Instead, to deduct the simple, pure, loving truth, your chaos, not order. Anyways, you have to literally prove that you're not a disinfo troll bot and explain. It's like, do you retract the rockets, like the not working in space claim, and apologize for that nonsense? Anyways, flat Earth guys here, frightened atmosphere in the room. Right? What room? Okay. Anyways, guys, yeah, this one right here. Let's see what these guys say. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna power through. Okay, so this is the one that Stephen F says. Look at the first photograph. Downloaded 3rd August 2011. Clear composite. So downloaded 3rd. What is that? On August 2011. What is? Okay, it shows different NASA releases covering up composites. Okay, I just want to go back here. I just want to. We'll go over this slowly and then to see if we find something. I want to find a smoking gun that we can put our hats on. For example, the Boston unbombing. The guys with the perfectly cut with scissors pants. That's pretty hard to argue against. Okay, at the top is first 3 pairs. Anyways, so Earth photos from the moon. 3 inconsistencies. This illustrated paper features inconsistencies in the photographs that included the Earth supposedly taken from the lunar surface during Apollo 17. Images taken from the moon could have provided evidence that the lunar... let's go back right here. Evidence that the lunar landings really occurred. Okay. Photograph images from the moon could have provided evidence that the lunar landings really occurred, but these photographs do not appear to be genuine. Qualitative analysis points to unresolved contradictions, therefore no specific quantitative assessment is required. Here it is assumed that the lunar landings took place for narrative purposes only. There are no photos of the Earth taken from the lunar during the Apollo missions. 12, Apollo 14 took some black and white. Apart from Apollo 11, there's only one mission where color photos are available. Anyways, I just want to get the Apollo 11 one. Where's the also the photos from the Earth taken during Apollo 17 were shot with the 60. Okay. These ones, the next series that includes photos from 24 hours later is attributed to the second EFA. Okay, the last. Okay, so here is the first EVA. What is EVA? EVA, extravehicular activity. So during the Apollo 11, extravehicular activities, I think outside of the vehicle. So first EVA, a proven composite image with an additional corroborating evidence. This image is the iconic AS, this one here, figure 1, Jack Schmidt. Okay, hey William, good evening inmates. Okay, we have that stuff is in the house. Okay, we're checking these are the composite. I just want to see what the actual, I also want to see what the mainstream is as well. So this is, yeah, this is the August 3rd, 2011 downloaded there. The files downloaded from NASA website on different dates. This image can be found in various NASA documents as well as in many books and articles about the Apollo 12. Okay, so this is, okay, what do you mean by composite? Because this one, it's like this. It's black. And this one is like this. This one is this. And this one is this. Jack Schmidt with flag and Earth retreat. But again, what is the... it just looks like there's random filters on it or something. But what's the actual thingy that's different? Okay, this is a composite of at least 2 elements. This fact has been researched and proven elsewhere here. It is important to recall that photos were allegedly taken without the benefit of a viewfinder. It is also officially modified several times to make it harder for viewers to understand the makeup of the image when it was enhanced. Those who are familiar with photographic compositing, it is obvious that in both the lower and enhanced frames, the random glows do not have a natural origin. Okay, these ones right here. But again, where's the actual... Before, what's the actual link to the archive or something of it? I'm gonna check right here. Images. Again, this stuff right here where it requires a thing. Okay, Doug could have been pointing out how academia gives false impression of what space atmosphere temperature is, which leads to discord when analyzing rocketry and costumes needed to converse. Yeah, he could have said something, but he didn't. I gave him many opportunities. Just tell me, what is the issue with the rockets in space? Rockets in a vacuum work perfectly fine. There's literally, unless space is something magical. There's nothing in particular special about Newton's third law in there. You can see the blackout cutouts around astronauts on the first photo. Okay, on the first photo, you can see the cutouts. Okay. Okay. Let's see what the other mainstream. I just want to see just something that is moon feast. Okay. Good evening, Skin Jobs. Again, on the right is this photo. Yeah, yeah, there's these thingies here, but what is that exactly? Is that a cutout? But how do you form this thingy? I'm just saying, what is actually being like, again, like where are these photos coming from? Okay, NASA, what is the actual NASA one? I just want to see the actual link to the actual NASA one. And then where are these photos coming from? Okay, let's check on this one here. Tin Eye. Okay, this one right here. Archive. And the other question is, I got AI to analyze some photos. There's photos of miniature models. Yeah, that's possibly. Okay, according to NASA, the photo shows astronaut geologist Harrison Schmitt, pilot of the Apollo 17 lunar module, who was photographed near the American flag. The picture was taken on 13. The upper end of the flag points to our planet and Earth. Same photo with increased gamma correction. Increased gamma correction. Okay, and so is this just a cutout? What is this then? This part right here. So increased gamma correction. Is that actually what happened though? So this is one we will have to actually test it out. NASA are changing the archive photos, but again, we have to. If there's no link, there's no video. Then you're basically saying trust this other website. I want to get the actual original. What's the actual? Let's go to the biggest one, Tin Eye. So again, and now we're saying NASA's changing the archive. Again, even if they were, how do we prove? How do we prove it? That's where you got to use some sort of decentralized setup and put that. Anyways, I'm gonna just copy and paste to see the biggest file right here. LME. Okay, so this one is how big can we get this? 1417 by 1417. Has expired. Charges you a fee for access to high resolution copy of the. Okay, this is. But why do I have to see that? Just download without it. Okay, anyways. Largest file. This one's good enough then. They show the changes in the photo of what NASA are putting online. No, I know, but like if there's a link to something, because again, we're dealing with when you're dealing with 9/11, it's like we're dealing with a bunch of people that may have ulterior motives. For example, he could be just putting random stuff out. Retrieve for different colors here. This one again. If I again, I need to see this or a video showing with the actual link. So here's a image, and again, he's doing it in 2015 or 2011. So the question is what? They didn't know for 50 years to just adjust the image? Like there was a fake thingy in it? And so again, like, what I'm trying to say is just be skeptical of the actual alleged skeptics. It's similar to Richard Gage. It's like Richard Gage, you can, it's like he says things that sounds like, yeah, sound to the regular person, oh yeah, okay, obviously government's doing X, Y, Z, but then but in such a way that it's easily debunkable by mainstream. For example, no explosive sounds, and none of it. Richard Hall, investigator, Apollo believer, lie expert, they lied. No, yeah, I included that as well. Yeah, no, they are lying about something. I saw it. He says they're lying about something. But the question is, what exactly are they lying about? Is not, it doesn't state it directly. So again, we have to be very, very careful. I always check just colors adjust, exposure, brightness, contrast. See what happens here. If I change this and that, like the other thing is what settings we need to change it to get to that, because this just looks like a regular photo. So again, I'm trying to grasp this one right here. So where is this one coming from? Donald Duck is back. We humans are heavily rely on vision. That's why Billy Birds. Again, I think this is some sort of clone. If you would only read it, you didn't believe it. I think this guy's like a Grok AI bot. Okay, so So again, this photo right here, this image can be found, okay, on the left on the same images with colors enhanced. Okay, where are these colors enhanced? On different dates. So what I'm trying to say is, what's the actual, where's the link? Because this photo right here that I have looks pretty just realistic. Lying about going to the moon. Yeah, I know they could be lying about stuff like that, but the footage itself, something could be real about it. If you listen to the it was a statement now, he actually died. I wanted to get him on the show. So it's like basically, again, those are Freemasons on the moon. They were not allowed to tell you the full truth of what happened if they did, or if they did not go at all. So because again, it's not that clear cut. I don't trust the moon landings, but I don't think the Earth's flat. Yeah, definitely, Earth's not flat. They're given the NASA number. You can go and search for it. No, I know this is the number 3015. It's like I have to go search for something. They don't. Why don't they put a link there? And the odds of them showing this. Let's see. X100. Like I just want something. I'm trying to find something that I could hang my hat on. So far, I have some grainy photos that are less resolution than what I found online. Okay, 301X, grid images, and NASA images. Let's see, might be able to find it something here. Like, where in the world are we finding these images specifications? Okay, so it's like, where are we finding this? How do we find them? NASA images. Okay, data images, portal. I'll go moon landing. Okay, put in the, just put in Telegram. If you have something in Telegram, put it in there, and it's the exact. Okay, this one right here. Okay, so this one right here is the exact one. Let's see, this one's might be different. Okay, this one is a bit darker. This one is brighter. So this one right here, and this one is super HD. Okay, that picks up. Okay, I like this one. Okay, I'm gonna save these ones. So this is kind of what I mean. Get a super HD one. Whoops. And then we copy this. So it's gonna be massive. Whoops. Yeah, we're doing some real-time. NASA changes numbers. Also, it's a way of hiding them in the book NASA Moon America. I know. Again, it could be many things, but also Bart Sibrel is I think. Okay, this is a very high definition one. Delete layer. Okay, this one is. Okay, so now the question is, how do we get to that other thingy? What did they get to it? Brightness, contrast. Okay, so. Okay, again, I don't see anything. I don't see anything through that. There's this, and this is super HD one. So the other part is, if they did have that, okay, that's from NASA. No, I know it's from NASA. NASA aren't going to have exposed leaks. No, but I'm just trying to say, like, how are we going to find this? So if we're taking this to court, for example, and I say, oh, they have this little blob there, but where is this from? How do I prove that this happened? So like, how do I prove this happened? I know it's from NASA, but how do I prove this happened? And the other part is the person, let's say, who did a composite, how could they have been so bad to make it such a blatant thingy there that they couldn't just smooth it out at least? Because I've dealt with Photoshop. You can literally make it. You can literally make it so that it's very hard to tell by the naked eye. Or he wrote Moon Man. No, I understand. I have some. Okay, here's proof that they didn't go. No, again, it's not about. I need something.
Pretty much how you put it. Could you expand?
Discussion with Master. What's the actual evidence here? I think the best evidence we'll get to is the Richard Hall ones. I'll summarize it a bit. I just want to get to this part here, and see what if we can. I want to find where is this photo from. He wrote Moon Man again. What I'm trying to say is, like, just stick to let's think of one at a time. I want to get where's this photo coming from, because if they find it, for example, if this is a composite, okay, that so far there's nothing on TinEye that shows that exact one, that's showing the original ones. I'm gonna go to Google Maps. I just need to get closure on this one thing again. If you understand how I work, I go infinite amount until I finally grasp if it's real or not. Okay. Why can't I just find this images? Okay, I'm gonna see what Grok AI does. Okay, we'll ask Grok. Grok, the cool thing is it can search archives. Okay, so Deep search. Okay, this site says. Whoops. Okay. This site says this photo is color adjusted. I think it's color adjusted. Yeah, color enhanced. It's color enhanced of a NASA photo, proving the moon landing photo was a composite. Is this true? Okay, I just want to see what Grok said. I hope I want to know this photo. It's similar to that Dave guy or Donald Duck guy in the chat. It's like he said rockets don't work in space, and then he went on and on with like 100 more comments. But yeah, but like get actual proof for that. Otherwise, stop talking nonsense. Okay, so this part right here, I just want to find this. No, but ChatGPT and Grok also ended the conversation immediately after asking. Anyways, Donald Duck, I'm putting another timeout. I cannot stop talking about the Newton's third law of vacuum space propulsion. It's literally so obvious. Put user in timeout. I can't do this. I'm gonna do 30 minutes now. I just want some peace and quiet until the end. My goodness, it's like you just can't give it up. Okay, so anyways, I don't want that. Just spamming the comments constantly with nonsense about Newton's third law. What books of Andrew Johnson have you read on the secret space program? Yeah, I've looked through. I think I know. I listened to him an audiobook. I think is The Secrets in the Solar System, but also all of his shows with Richard Hall, and so they do show some very interesting stuff there about how tiny the space shuttle is and how do you squeeze into it and so on. So the logistics, I think, yeah, definitely they're just not randomly getting on a little spaceship going there. Bart mainly echoed the work of Bill Kangsing. Yeah, no, but I'll go to Bart as well because I saw the mainstream debunking of Bart Sibrel and it looked very, very convincing. Okay, let's go here. Okay, so research suggests the photo landing is authentic. The evidence leans towards the original NASA being genuine with color enhanced, possibly misinterpreted. Shows an astronaut next to this one right here. With no mention of it being a composite. Okay, so if the archives are changed, so again, what other thingy can we point to? And not pasting. No, it does not imply figure, but digital processing of scanned. Taken on film, digital versions are scans, potentially edited for color balance. Okay, what is this one here? NASA didn't paste a picture of the Earth into the moon. Okay, these are just the nonsense right here. Increased gamma correction. Okay, let's see. Where's the? Okay, so this one here. So there's a paper on here. So the question is it? Yeah. So the paper is giving a pretty good evidence. Yeah, that might have been retracted. Interpreting. Okay, this is retracted. Why is it retracted? Okay, so this paper is retracted. Why is it retracted? Yeah, why is this? This is an interesting. This paper is literally retracted. Why is it? Who's retracting it? Who's doing the retracting? So there's this whole thing on that thing. So so possibly that is a real photo. Maybe let's see this. Why is this retracted? Yeah, I think we found something. Why is this paper? Okay, yeah. So, anyways, this stream is more about research as well because I haven't I've looked at the moon landing stuff, but never did it what I'm doing right now, which is double check every single thing. I'll have to kind of disagree with you, Bart Sibrel. I see him a bit of a Dr. Druid in the space sphere. I don't discount AJ's secret space program. Judy Wood doesn't get on Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is scared of talking about Judy Wood. Nobody's scared of talking about Bart Sibrel. And okay, so again, part of the stream is also was first to research the moon landing stuff. Okay, I got a message right here. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, I will get that in a bit. Okay. Okay, 1 second. All my videos is Substack is a better article to counter any hosting platform going down. Yeah, but Substack can take you down. Substack can take you down. You have to realize Substack is there's no difference than any other ones. So like, imagine you were getting 1 million email subscribers on Substack, and also not just Substack, but the actual government can force you to take down stuff. So for example, the logical surprises. So whoops, logical. So this is Daniel Nagals on Substack. The court forced him to remove. So redacted. Let's go here. Court. Yeah. So court order. The court order literally said that he has to remove all statements he made on social media about this specific thing in the court documents. So respondents is prohibited on an interim basis from publishing or causing to publish any statements or content on an online forum, including social media, which contain or direct reference, direct or indirect to that, etc. And he has to remove, and he also has to immediately delete or remove all statements and content which he has, etc. So and then he had to redact this part here, court order. And then so basically he had to replace it here. So this article has sections redacted by warrantless court order. So even that. Bart has been around about 20 years, and for many of those years, he was canceled only after CV19 go on kind of mainstream. Yeah, but they all know about him. It's like, I know, but what I'm trying to, the reason I want to bring him up is, some of the stuff is, it just seems just way too much. Okay, this one here, I'll see the Bart Sibrel, right here. But I do want him to show on the show, I do want him on the stream, so I do want to, get Bart on the stream. And the reason, okay, so here's Bart Sibrel. I do want to show here. First of all, there's Bart Sibrel threatens Edgar Mitchell threatens Bart Sibrel. The other part is he published his first documentary on on September. Not September, on 2001, the year of 9/11. Sibrel was chosen as he sounds crazy. Jara White is very interesting, possibly the most forensic. There are fantastic Russians like Leonid Konver, Russian State University of Cinematography. But again, I just gotta find one thingy there. But I think the best one's Andrew Johnson and Richard Hall, the most logical case on it, because they speak about 9/11. Will easily come on. Yeah, if you can get Bart Sibrel on there. But again, the thing is, I'll be asking him about 9/11. So it's like 9/11 is litmus test. If you run away from 9/11, then that's something. But I won't ask him that too much. But I do want to ask him about 9/11. I mean about the moon landing stuff here, but I want to go over here, this part here. This is mainstream. Okay, mainstream debunking of Bart Sibrel's claims. This one is just very, very, very interesting.
Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well.
So this guy right here is the Flat Earth debunker, but he's from the mainstream side. I'm like one of the few debunking Flat Earth channels from the conspiracy side. He published it in January. Yeah, no, that's what I meant. January 2001. Yeah, he published and he called it the world's biggest conspiracy. And on 2001 is when on the same year of 9/11. And he calls it the biggest conspiracy of all time. So here's Bart Sibrel. I posted this in the beginning of the stream when you were when I got the time wrong. So he did it here in January 18, 2001, and he called it the greatest government conspiracy of all time in the year of 9/11. In the year of 9/11, literally the year of the greatest conspiracy in the history of the world. Okay, the guy has told us he always got a pet in his hands because his handles say it breeds empathy. Yeah, but no, he's not told this info. He tells you the, I don't know how, okay, again, he's a mainstream one, but it's some of the stuff is, for example, I just want to get to the, I'm going to first summarize this one, just to see where I can get to. This guy obviously is a gatekeeper, but the Flat Earth one, it's very straightforward. I've shared some of his videos because there's just straight up, there's nothing else you can say about it. So on the mainstream side, for example, debunking Flat Earth is pretty straightforward. So a lot of the stuff checks out, but obviously not. Yeah, but again, he's a gatekeeper. But I do want to show the Earth part right here. This is the one that the guy was saying that they were faking it 1 million miles away. The Earth. I'm gonna go to Earth. Okay, see what the Earth says on here.
The Earth floating in space. What's on the right-hand side are the outtakes, 130,000 miles out.
That the moon landings were Bart's main claim. What he talks about most, and he has said this was the one thing that first made...
Okay, this guy posted a video lying about the impossibility of creating straight shadows with light to fake moon footage. Again, I gotta show me the specifics. Again, all these like, because I want to stick on the same topic. First of all, I'm trying to literally find a smoking gun. So far, this image, I don't see anything else similar to this one. Oh, I forgot to ask, why is the guy's retracted? Is it better trying to do the filling editorial and scientific standards? Evidence leans towards but the post-validity, post-publication is controversy. All authors did not agree with the retraction. Interesting. So even ResearchGate retracted. Published in the journal Designs and later retracted. Analyzed the authenticity of Apollo 17. Suggestion it was a composite, which ties into broader debates about moon landing. Okay, this was published on retracted on here. Reason for retraction. See the reason. Retracts the interpreting that one there. What's the reason? Just give me the freaking reason. My goodness. So this is very interesting. I've never seen a retracted one on ResearchGate, and they have 9/11 stuff too. Okay. Raised and upon re-examination, the article was found not to meet journal's standard, whatever. Accessible via the reason for retraction. Just give me something. Oh, there's no reason. It does not state a reason. There dozens of composite removes them from the website when they're found. But again, yeah, I that could be the case, but I want to see some evidence of it. I want like basically is again you're to state that to show to someone who has never looked at the moon landing or doesn't know about conspiracy, and be like, well, show me an evidence. If you're in court, show me what is the thingy. So one way of showing it is like, here's a video of him in 2015 with the link there, clicking back and forth and flipping it, refreshing page and showing you, okay, there it is, and then doing it all real time, and then also archiving it, and then archiving it in the web archives, but also archiving it in other ways, other methods as well. So you have multiple cross looking. Because so far, and also the highest resolution picture, there's no stuff here. So we did, there's nothing adjusts here. So this photo right here, I need to find something of here way back in time. And so if anyone could find anything, not a paper, but an actual thingy there. Okay, so that's the thing. It's like, I want one, there could be many composites, but I want one. I want one that's with the links and everything. Let's play this one here.
Made him believe that the moon landings were faked.
Well, on the left, Neil Armstrong claims this is 130,000 miles out. He claims that the camera lens is at the glass, and that's the Earth floating in space. What's on the right-hand side are the outtakes that we got an unedited reel of the special effects shot by accident.
Though the federal government would have you believe that this is a view of Earth from a distance out of the spacecraft's window as it nears the moon, it is not. What they have ingeniously done is placed the camera at the back of the spacecraft and centered the lens on a circular window in the foreground. As they perfected the shot, a crescent-shaped piece of black material was inset slightly into the window to create the illusion of the Earth's terminator line dividing night and day.
So the basics of it is that Apollo 11 apparently isn't 130,000 miles away from Earth, zooming in on the whole thing, but is instead only a few hundred miles away in low Earth orbit, and the command module window has been covered up, apart from a small circular cutout, to create the impression that the Earth is just a small circle in the frame.
On the left, he claims, and this is the part they showed to the public, that that's the Earth floating in space halfway to the moon looking back.
Okay.
And then on the right is the outtakes where the lights come up and you see that the camera's really at the back of the spacecraft, and that's part of the Earth outside of a circular window.
They're using the darkness of the cabin by blocking out all the windows,
and it
makes
looks
it look like it's space.
Exactly. It makes it look like the Earth is floating in space. So we have them faking being halfway to the moon, which means they cannot go.
So this is his big claim. He openly...
I want to see this original footage. I was looking for myself. So what is that link there? funny thing happened the way. Okay, I wanna again here at MES. I wanna just find one thingy that we can like hang our hats on. Okay, like just one thing. For example, the Boston bombing literally had the guys cut out pants perfectly straight down, no blood anywhere. Okay, keeping the mess and throw all the flat earth and fake space transit is a one-way operative to promote confusion mess. Yeah, but the other part is there might actually be space flights, commercial space flights. And if that happens, then basically the moon landing could have been like a long-term psyop to get people to think it's fake. And then all of a sudden realize, hey, look, it was real the whole time, so don't ever believe any conspiracy ever again. Okay, that's another take there. And again, anyways, okay. This one here, I'll actually summarize this one as well. Again, these are long videos, guys. Why don't you send me stuff? Okay, let's see what this says. Because again, I want one thingy here. I thought that it was summarized by now. How come it's not summarizing? It should summarize. Okay, anyways, I don't know why it's not summarizing. I'll try this again for this one. Unless I did it wrong. Okay, anyways. Okay, so anyways, let's go back here. I'm gonna go to a funny thing on the, okay, let's say, Earth cut out, funny thing on the way to the moon. Hey guys, we are, funny thing happened on the way to the moon. Which clip is that part? A funny thing happened on the way to the moon debunked, part 4. Again, I'm gonna have to do, I just want to see, where's that clip there? Okay, this one here, funny thing on the way to the moon. Okay, where is the, I want to see the actual footage of the one there. Because I firmly believe he's pulling out a Richard Gage operation. Let's go to this one right here. Where is the thingy? The Earth. Like, I'm gonna go here. Okay, I'm gonna go. Oh, is this in French? No.
During the actual flight.
Okay, so there it is. I'm gonna go to the transcript. Guys, we're doing deep dive, guys. Again, I use this because I didn't have a topic there, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? Let's do the other stuff here. I'm gonna go to Earth. And another part is I also want to challenge everyone, mainstream and alt media, like get 9/11 right first. So it's kind of like okay, to send people to space. Space bus made Boeing. Interesting. Okay, again, a lot of this like just give me one thingy. I don't want to go a million. I don't want to see a full documentary. I want to get the actual thingy. Okay, where's the window? Okay, I'll search up window. What part is it? Window. Okay, they've blocked that light. Okay, this one.
They have turned out that they have.
Okay, so now we'll see the full thing, just so we can have it unbiased. So we'll have this side,
about 20
and we'll see who's right, the mainstream debunker or Bart Sibrel, who's on Joe Rogan. Start here. Funny thing. Okay, there it is. I think you found. But here, anyways, I'm gonna go to back in beginning. Yeah. They went there with 60s technology, but now they can't. How does that make sense? Yeah, that's another thing. They probably again, I think they. It's otherwise if it's going to the moon isn't that hard, or they're using advanced tech and is lying to us. But again, it's the usual. They're laughing at us, and then because the moon landing, it's not just a one-time event. It's I firmly believe it's part of a giant Project Bluebeam operation. Like until now, it's still going. It's still on people's minds, and so on.
With the crew, only to find them too preoccupied with the behind-the-scenes trickery to respond. Moments pass, and the oversight is picked up on by the clandestine third party, who quickly prompts them with talk. Immediately, Neil Armstrong speaks.
Hello, Apollo 11. Houston, Goldstone says that the TV looks great. Over. Okay, Roger, we're coming in on Earth.
Again, the illusion they are attempting to create is the Earth at a distance to demonstrate their far journey from it and their ability to survive passing through the Van Allen radiation belts. Understand, too, that only about 20 seconds of this raw footage was ever broadcast to the public, and these conversations discussing their deception were believed to be private. until now. Here they discuss that these television transmissions were in fact not broadcast live as everyone believed. They were first screened and edited for playback later.
Roger, Neil. We just wanted a narrative such that we can, when we get to playback, we can sort of correlate what we were seeing. Thank you very much.
Here they discuss the fact that they have turned out the lights and have blocked out sunlight from entering the spacecraft through the other windows as to not cause any reflected light to fall onto the spacecraft's wall in the foreground.
Okay, very good. Well, we shut out the sun coming in some of the other windows into the spacecraft, so it's looking through the number one window, and there isn't any reflected light.
The reason this was done is so that the truth of the matter would not be revealed. It is this. Though the federal government would have you believe that this is a view of Earth from a distance out of the spacecraft's window as it nears the moon, it is not. What they have ingeniously done is placed the camera at the back of the spacecraft and centered the lens on a circular window in the foreground, outside of which it is completely filled with the Earth in low orbit. The circumference of the window then appears to be the diameter of the Earth at a distance, with the darkened walls of the spacecraft appearing to be the blackness of space around it. That is why they wanted the interior dark and blocked out the sun from entering through the other windows. Here you can see the extruded window, probably 2 inches thick at the bottom. This is because the Earth's shine is coming in at a downward angle. It also causes the Earth to appear to be an irregularly shaped circle, for you are seeing the outside of the window at the bottom and the inside of the window at the top, which together form 2 different sized halves of a circle. Subsequently, this take was never used. As they perfected the shot, a crescent-shaped piece of black material was inset slightly into the window to create the illusion of the Earth's terminator line dividing night and day. It is uncannily convincing. During this segment, intended to be edited and played back later for the worldwide television audience, dated July 18, 1969, Neil Armstrong condemns himself as he states that he is 130,000 miles out, or halfway to the moon, as the NASA flight log also states on this date, when he is in reality in low Earth orbit of a few hundred miles.
Roger, Houston, Apollo 11. Calling in from about 130,000 miles out.
Here, during another segment, also intended to air after review, Neil Armstrong falsely explains to the viewers how the shot is attained by putting the camera's lens to the window's glass, as it would have to be if they were the claimed distance away from the Earth.
We only have one window that has a view of the Earth, and it's filled up with the TV camera.
If the window was completely filled up with a TV camera, as he stated, then an astronaut's arm would not be able to get between the camera and the window, as it obviously does here in this outtake.
South America becomes invisible just off beyond the terminator or inside the shadow.
You can also notice how the astronaut operating the camera reacted to the mistake by attempting to pan away from it.
Blue cast. See white bands of major cloud formations across the Earth.
This is a segment that they believed wasn't even being recorded, much less suitable for broadcast, for the lens was being zoomed out and the scene was being changed to that of an interior of the astronauts at work, and apparently the stop button popped back up on the recorder without notice. Here is the diffused work light that they used to see camera controls, but not throw light onto the spacecraft's wall. Here they remove part of the crescent insert. Finally, the iris is opened up and you can see the real location of the camera and the very bright and near Earth out the window. Here is the slate for the 19th of July, and the same shot of trickery on the 19th of July, and then the 20th, and the same misleading shot on the 20th. Later that evening, they were said to be walking on the moon. How can this be when they were in Earth orbit only 9 hours earlier, and the moon is some 3 days' journey away? Furthermore, if they genuinely went to the moon, why would they be faking any part of it? Why this trickery with the window? By faking being halfway to the moon, it becomes apparent that they did so because they could not even go halfway. It thus confirms that the stumbling block to their success was the lethal radiation of the Van Allen radiation belts. Since the same equipment was used on the subsequent missions.
Alright, anyways, yeah, so basically he's saying that they're using the window fakery and using a slit on there, but it I don't know, it looks like it's the Earth there from far away. Again, I don't know if he's, I don't know. Anyways, we'll look at this one here, because this looked more convincing than what Bart Sibrel was saying. It's just like, it looks like it's just the Earth far away. Okay, let's play this.
That look like the Earth is floating in space. So we have them faking being halfway to the moon, which means they.
But so you're saying it's actually really close to the Earth. That's again, I think that's just hard to.
Cannot go.
So this is his big claim. He openly accepts that the astronauts are in space, but he says that they're staying in low Earth orbit and faking the appearance of the Earth being really far away by shooting out of a circular window. And he says they had to do this because they couldn't really get beyond low Earth orbit due to the Van Allen belts, which we'll get onto shortly. Now, I've already done a video addressing this several months ago, which I'll link up here if you want to check it out later. But the short and sweet version of how we know that this Apollo 11 footage can't have been in low Earth orbit is if you look at any piece of footage that was taken in low Earth orbit, we can see because the spacecrafts are so close to Earth, they're moving.
Yeah, that's another part, because like, yeah, that's the other part I was trying to think. I'm like, if you're saying it's low Earth orbit, you're literally seeing the entire Earth, not in a tiny little sphere. Why were they lying about the camera being against the glass? Anyways, he'll go. I think he goes over that, but I don't know. I think when they were up closer against the glass, I don't know how it looks like. Again, I need to see. I don't know if they're lying. I don't know if they're lying. I think there's just something I need to. It just doesn't seem like. I think it's just literally at the window, and then I don't know what the. I don't know how that other part is. I just need to see what else. Go back here. Okay, where does he, when he gets back to the other vision? Because so right now they're close up to it. They're close to it. They're close to it. And then when the lights go off is when he's far away from it. So right now he's not next to the window now. So this is far away. This is far away. Now he's close. I think when he's up to the window, it could be this part. I'm sure that the group who did 9/11 all have mansions on Mars. Yeah. I'll confirm that there's any evidence they're actually in space when filming that. No, again, I'm just going over Bart Sibrel stuff. Again, I'm just saying Bart Sibrel is saying that they're in space. So again, don't ask me, ask Bart Sibrel. So in this case, let's just play
above its surface.
So this footage right here, this seems more reasonable. This is how it should look like.
And so the clouds are constantly moving past the camera. The Apollo 9 EVA actually gives us a perfect demonstration of exactly how the Earth would look if we were looking at it through a circular cutout.
Yeah, that's another part. Yeah, the clouds are moving really fast. So there's an actual cutout. That's
window from low Earth orbit. And it looks nothing like the Earth we see in
Apollo. Yeah, that's another part. It's like it's not moving. It looks like it's a bunch of like super far contents. I'm like, I don't know.
Apollo 11's broadcasts. In that broadcast, we see an uninterrupted view of the Earth for the best part of 10 minutes, and the clouds don't change. At the end of that broadcast, some 20 minutes later, they then go back to the window and view the Earth again, and not only are the clouds all still in the same position, the whole Earth has rotated slightly. I'll just put that in.
Oh, that's another interesting. So there's a rotated Earth.
View the Earth again, and not only are the clouds all still in the same position, the whole Earth has rotated slightly. I'll just put that in to cover off any potential claims that they're just shooting a photo of the Earth stuck to the window.
Okay, so it looks like it is rotating a bit.
Which is another lie, that there's only one window that faces the Earth and it's filled up with the TV camera, meaning the lens would have to be right up against the window to see that. But the camera's really at the back of the spacecraft with all the lights off.
Let's play
You're
that.
You're seeing part of the Earth outside of the window. It's very ingenious.
So Bart's arguing that they claim the camera was right next to the window viewing the Earth, But then when the image is brightened up from them opening up the camera iris, you can see that the camera is not next to the window, it's on the opposite side of the spacecraft. So he's claiming that the camera was never near the window, that they just had the camera across the spacecraft zoomed in on a circular window to give a cutout view of Earth, and then as they zoom the camera out, you see the cabin light appear. Except when zooming out, the Earth would also appear smaller as well. If you look at what happens in the broadcast, the Earth shrinks as the camera zooms out, but the cabin light isn't in view until several seconds afterwards. Because what's actually happening is the first couple of minutes of the broadcast are showing the Earth, and they have the camera next to the window, and then Mission Control asks if they could see the astronauts as well.
If you could comply, we'd like to see some smiling faces up there. If you could give us some interior views, I'm sure everybody'd like to see you. Over.
So they first zoom the camera out to get a wider field of view. This makes the Earth shrink. Then they move the camera away from the window and across to the other side of the craft in order to get a clearer view of the people inside. This is where the light becomes visible. And then they open up the iris to let more light in, which makes the image brighter.
Apollo 11 Houston, appears to us that we're seeing a view from outside plus a little of the inside. It appears you've taken the camera away from the left window. Now, over. That's correct. We're moving it back and reconfiguring for interior lighting. Roger.
Bart's claim even hinges on the notion that they're viewing through a circular window with a cutout put in place to create a terminator line.
And that's part of the Earth outside of a circular window with a little crescent piece molded in front of it.
Except the only circular window on the command module was the one on the inside of the hatch, which is above the seats. The window that we are seeing in this footage is a square one next to the left-hand seat. And Bart also refers to Apollo 11 having done other broadcasts which weren't televised to the public at the time, and claiming these were done to perfect the techniques needed to create the deception of being halfway to the moon.
Space. What's on the right-hand side are the outtakes that we got an unedited reel of the special effects shot by accident.
Here they discuss that these television transmissions were in fact not broadcast live as everyone believed. They were first screened and edited for playback later. Subsequently, this take was never used.
Yes, Apollo 11 made several broadcasts back to Houston. Only the planned ones were televised, the unplanned ones generally weren't. Now, in the broadcasts that Bart likes to focus on, he makes quite a big deal about the fact that they talk about covering up the other windows, and Bart puts this down to them wanting to keep the cabin dark so that you can't see that they're lying about the position of the camera.
They're using the darkness of the cabin by blocking out all the windows,
and
it makes it look like it's space.
Exactly. It makes it look like the Earth is floating in space. So we have them faking being halfway to the moon, which means they cannot go.
The actual reason is far more straightforward. With the other windows uncovered, you've got the chance of getting reflections showing up on the inside of the window that they're trying to film through. I mean, just try it yourself. Take a photograph through a window at night from inside your house looking out, and you'll see reflections of the room, which isn't ideal for a TV broadcast. However, amongst the unplanned broadcasts, there were other ones that Bart doesn't reference. One, for example, which took place at 30 hours and 28 minutes into the mission, a few hours prior to the broadcasts that Bart does refer to. In this broadcast, we can see that all of the windows are uncovered, so there's a lot of light getting into the cabin, and that they again show a view of the Earth out of the window, but this time the window frame is clearly visible. It's not circular and it's got no cutouts in place. The camera is clearly right next to it rather than on the other side of the craft, and the Earth is not filling up the window, which it would be doing if they were in low Earth orbit, making it blindingly obvious that this footage can't have possibly have been in low Earth orbit and instead must have been thousands of miles away, which would put them beyond the Van Allen belts. That destroys the linchpin of Bart's whole argument, because all his focus is that the moon landings must have been faked because they couldn't physically go beyond the Van Allen belts. Also, his argument doesn't really make any sense because he's saying that they needed to do these unscheduled broadcasts to perfect everything ready for the main televised broadcast, except Apollo 10 a few months previously did a dress rehearsal run all the way to the moon. Not only did they show us the Earth out of the window, but they then spun the camera round to the opposite window to show us the moon, and showing that the moon was bigger than the Earth. So they must have been closer to the moon than they were to the Earth. If they'd faked all of that on Apollo 10, they would have already known how to have faked it all for Apollo 11. They wouldn't have needed the unscheduled broadcasts. All of that right there should really end this video, because it completely pulls the rug out of Bart's whole premise. However, all of those points that I've just made were laid out clearly in the video that I published 7 months ago. And 6 months ago, Bart himself commented on that very video. So, he's already clearly seen the points debunking all of those claims, and yet he's made no attempt to actually address them, and here he is, months later, still regurgitating the same claims on Joe Rogan's show. Even when Joe gifts him a plausible alternative, saying, well, maybe they did go to the moon, but that they'd had to fake the photos.
Okay, well,
Right.
why would the pictures be fake if they really went? But
well,
in any case,
you could make the argument that the radiation damaged the cameras and they weren't able to get real photographs, and so they made a conscious decision to use fake photographs. Or publicity firms that work for NASA had a limited amount of photos to work with, and they decided to manipulate some so that they could have photos that they didn't have of an actual event which really took place, which was a spacewalk.
But what we have is them faking being halfway to the moon.
Right, but they do things like the spacewalk. They do things like the Space Center.
Well,
right?
they can't leave Earth orbit.
Bart doubles down with the claims that they could have never have made it that far from Earth.
If I were going around saying George Washington was not the first president, it was really Mickey Mouse, do you think there'd be 1,000 videos to reassure people that George Washington was the first president and not Mickey Mouse? But there's 1,000 videos out there that took tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of hours to produce to defend the moon landings. If it's so obvious, they should speak for themselves. It has to be continually supported because it's made out of straw. That's why.
Oh, this argument always makes me laugh. If the moon landings really happened, why do people still need to try and prove they did? To which my response is always, if the landings were so obviously fake, why do people need to push so hard to try and prove they were? Bart released his film A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Moon back in 2001, and yet here he is 23 years later still making videos, writing books and appearing on shows, still trying to push the same claims. Why, if it was so obviously fake?
Okay, anyways, yeah, so I showed both clips, and I don't know how anyone could see, again, from a normie perspective, there's no way you could see Bart Sibrel's video, and then you see this one, and think anything but that Bart Sibrel is just grifting, or... again, there's some other comments. Yeah, this guy's obviously a gatekeeper. That's again, the main reason is he doesn't talk about 9/11. And think about it. And also, Bart Sibrel's on Joe Rogan. He's on Joe Rogan. Yet he's not talking about 9/11, the most obvious psyop of all time. Like, if I was on Joe Rogan, first thing I'll show is, hey, here's a video of you dodging the 9/11 question. And getting Alex Jones, here's him dodging it, and so on. And yeah, so the other part is, again, this isn't necessarily about the moon landing of footage, if it's real or not, or whatnot, because I think, Stephen F., you're saying, yeah, this is sophistry by Keegan. Oh, possibly, but the thing is, I think Bart Sibrel is pulling a Richard Gage, just like an easy debunkable, at least visually. Like, it's just, I don't know how else to say this. And then the other part is, you said, yeah, it looks like a series of projection slides. Yeah, it could be, but again, Bart Sibrel is saying that they're in low Earth orbit. But the clouds aren't moving. The clouds aren't moving, and there's multiple different clips that he doesn't even bring up that show that same square window. So the window is a square; it's not circular, and he doesn't even mention it. This is before the Joe Rogan one. He actually replied to this guy's channel, so it looks like he selectively left out the most condemning parts. But then he repeats the same exact thing and never brings up this guy's here, because this video is very similar to the one he did before. So Bart Sibrel knows the exact arguments that this guy's making, but he's not addressing them one by one. Right. So it's like, and this one is a pretty cool one. I haven't seen this one here. I'm going to go to, I think it was this one or the other one. I'm going to get, yeah, this one here. Apollo 1969. This is, let's go Apollo 11 unscheduled TV transmission video test. So basically what I'm trying to say is Bart Sibrel is focusing on the one video as if it's something special, but then there's like multiple different ones that he never brings up. Some of them before the actual alleged moon landing. I'm gonna go. What is the date here? Exercise test. I think this is. Go back here. This is at the
on the Van Allen belt.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere in here. It shows the actual moon, actual Earth.
We don't have it. A little bit when we jump up. Or when we're showing the Earth might be the better time. Okay.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so this one is 1969. When was this one? This was video test exercise heart rate. When is this one? This is 1 day, 6 hours after the Apollo 11 launched. The crew conducted this unscheduled 24-minute TV and heart rate monitor test. The audio was transmitted. Okay, this is 1 hour after the launch date. Okay, there it is. Let's see how this looks like. So again, there's no cutout or anything. It's just regular standard stuff. Okay, Johnny G, nobody's been to the moon. Some have said it was all underwater. Supposedly George Washington technically wasn't the first president. Well, George Washington was Freemason and the first one. Yeah, so again, George Washington is very interesting. They're all a bunch of psyops. Yet again, why didn't they keep developing the tech that got them to the moon? Why did they need to invent new technology to go back? Well, again, part of it is again a setup for Project Bluebeam, and I think another thing people need to realize: stagnation is also part of the thing. It's like keeping people completely enslaved. It's like, so examples like why doesn't yeah, just to give you an example right here. So you're saying why didn't they go to the moon already? Well, I'll see this one right here. Earth. Now let's go to what was I gonna say? World hunger. Actually, I think there's a world hunger thingy. Yeah. So yeah, poverty, world poverty, something like that. Yeah, this one right here. I forgot, where's it? Yeah, this one right here, 500 million. No, there's another one. I forgot where it was. I think I put on my X. World hunger. So just to give you an example, like the world spends like trillions and trillions on, yeah, this one right here. So U.S. military spending budget, which is about 20 times the UN estimated cost to end world hunger. So it doesn't take a math surgeon to realize that status quo is artificial. So this is just 1.1 trillion in 2015. This is was on discretionary spending, and let's see, military was 598 billion. Now it's over a trillion. Now it's like near a trillion. And then the UN estimated $30 billion a year is enough to eradicate world hunger. So it's like basically stagnation, poverty is part of the plan. Having technology, like limiting technology, what you can do, go around, is part of the plan. Making good case to doubt Sibrel's position, seeing he's not open to defending his position. Yeah, that's another part. Yeah, so it's like the thing is, this is where it's very, very hard to watch this. Again, this guy's a gatekeeper. It doesn't matter who's making this video, even if it was the Blue Bacon guy. Blue Bacon's obviously a psychopath, but even if he's making the video, and it's like very hard to argue for Bart Sibrel, because this guy Bart Sibrel knows about this guy's videos, knows about his claims, yet goes on Joe Rogan and repeats the exact same thing as if this video was never made, as if this video that's also getting 500,000 views, and then and almost every single comment is mocking him, is mocking Bart Sibrel. And then this one right here, Bart Sibrel getting punched by Buzz Aldrin will always be funny. So the mainstream people all laugh at Bart Sibrel for getting punched. Throwing softballs to Keegan. Yeah, no, that's another part. He's literally throwing. It's like very, very easy. So it's like it's a Richard Gage stuff, and yeah, this is why I realize he's obviously a Richard Gage one, because it's like this is so simple, and he's still pushing that it was at low Earth orbit, and this is it was actually the Earth was really close by, and but the clouds aren't moving. He doesn't even mention the clouds aren't moving. All right. And then here, and then this is the footage right here. This is not even from this is a 1 hour after. This is a different footage, and it shows here. But then Bart Sibrel is acting as if that footage that he has was never before seen, and it's nothing else like it. This one is literally like it. and it's there it is. And let's go fast forward, and then they take it. This is different footage, and you can see it zoomed in. You can see it looks like, and you can see soon the window. Let's just mute this. Let's go back. Let's fast forward. See what happens. Again, he takes it out. I think it takes out his frame. Okay, there it is. I think he gets it. I think he shows the window frame soon. Okay, he zooms out, and then you'll see some other stuff here. Okay, yeah, there's a window. There's a window right here. There's the window. That's the window. So again, it's not some sort of weird cutout. So it's again, it's like there's no way else around it. And going back here, the other clip from this guy's thing again. So basically, the reason I showed the mainstream guy, it's like, in order for alt media to in order for let's say a claim to be like actually pretty good, it needs to withhold against mainstream scrutiny, or like very, because again 9/11 they never bring up the lack of rebel. It's like literally just completely ignored at all costs. Double agent truthers everywhere nowadays. Yeah, no, definitely. Okay, going for this one here, Apollo 10. This is Apollo 10, not even Apollo 11. Apollo. So it's like Apollo 10 TV transmission. Earth and Moon. So this one shows Earth and Moon at the same time. And so so what I'm trying to say is that there's nothing special about the Apollo 11 that moon footage that Bart Sibrel is strictly focusing on. It's like, why not just, what about this one? This is Apollo 10.
You can see it right now. Is is going.
So it's Apollo 10. There's the I think the moon, and then he goes to the Earth as well. Okay, there's that's the moon. The other one, which one's the Earth then? Okay, this one's the moon. And he pans out. I think he pans out and sees the other part. Let's see what happens.
See, even though the moon's apparent
okay, no, this one's Earth. This one's Earth.
Northern.
Is that the Earth from far away? Okay, that's Earth from far away. When does he shift to the moon? I think he does it in one continuous motion. Let's go to there. Okay, then now he moves. Yeah, so he's looking at here. There's the window edge of it. Now he's gonna turn around. Yeah, it looks terrible, but it's. And now he goes around and sees it.
And you can see what I mean about the apparent diameter.
Yeah.
Okay, 10. Now we've got the moon now. It's coming in nicely.
Yeah, there's the moon. All right. So, anyways, anyone see a face? Yeah. Okay. So that's that. And then there's other stuff here that it goes through. But again, I recommend watching this just to. It's more of an expose of Bart Sibrel. So if the moon landing's fake, Bart Sibrel is Richard Gage. So the question is, what is he covering up? And also I think the other one, I need to update that other one. I think and also Rodeo Motion, you said that you saw the comment here. You mentioned it here. You did a comment on my Trump occult video, which is pretty wild. Okay, guys, we have 3 minutes left in the stream. I'm just gonna go over random stuff. And also another thing is the World Order. I went over this Japanese group that had World Order. They didn't upload a video until 3 years ago. Now they uploaded one yesterday. World Order Neo Samurai. So this is when they had this World Order. Let's start World War III. 10 million views 7 years ago, and it's like, and it has about Trump. Let's start World War III 7 years ago. And let's see the date of this one. 7 years ago is 2018, and then have literally about Trump. Okay, this is. And this is a Japanese band called World Order, and now they just finally uploaded after 3 years, and it's World Order Neo Samurai. Okay, like what in the world's going on here? Okay, so this is a really interesting band. But anyways, going back into the thingy, that was before I get sidetracked. The best website, resources, Alice. Okay, sounds good. And no, but yeah, but again, the other thing is, see, Alice, this is the one that you sent. This breaks down image how would have been created. No, I know it could have been created, but the thing is, there's also videos, like the video of that other one when they're in the middle of the space. It's like, well, what are they doing? But also this one, I think the. If I can find this one right here, I just want to know where is this coming from. This one right here, because it seems to be so many people posting that. But again, where is that video coming from? Because this is, because it's like, why are they making such a weird shape? Or it could have been something like that. But again, I do want to find that one. Okay, very interesting. Okay, these. Okay, I have some more. I didn't get through too much. Might do a moon landing part 2. But also, if you have someone else interesting World Order uploads, yeah, that is true. Link for that Samurai video, please. It's the Samurai one. This one is in Japanese, though. I didn't put the subtitles on. I should put it on. Actually, yeah. Actually, well, another thing is with the summarizer. Let's see if it worked. Hopefully, it worked. Like, why isn't it working? Okay, so Summarizer is not working. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, I will post this right here and ask the guy. Summarizer not working. Okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go summarize. So the cool thing is, this isn't in Japanese, but the thing is the Summarizer translates it and puts it in English. Well, if there's a translate thingy. Mulan, too bad Stanley Kubrick's not here around asking me. Also, yeah, if you want to get people on the show, but remember the other part is, especially if it's something that I am like the moon landing stuff like that. If they're big on the conspiracy game, they're gonna be asked about 9/11. So that's a good litmus test as well. So ask people, flat mooners to get on the show. Yeah, but again, it's a good way to weed people out. So like Bart Sibrel, if he's on the show, I'll basically show him this part. I'm like, here, what do you have to say about this one? The clouds are moving, and then he's probably not going to show up because it's very hard. Again, like I was saying, it's very hard to go on Joe Rogan. Okay, and then I see some other stuff. I have 1 minute left. Okay, yeah. So did I send the link there? Yeah, there's a link to the that Neo Samurai. It's World Order one. I'm gonna ask right here. Okay, this is the guy that might possibly. Hey, the AI Summarizer isn't working? Question mark. Yeah. So, anyways, he's really active, and also I pay $5 a month HBD, just so I can get access to this part right here. So here's what I have: a Summarizer. If you pay for $5 a month, he made it free now. Everyone can use it, but if you pay, you get this extra tool stuff. So what you could do is, for example, MES. And select here. I've summarized. I use these to summarize like all 1,000 of my videos. There's still some other ones I need to summarize. But the other cool thing is, I did this was for 9/11 revisited. Revisit 9/11. I think I did it all for his or for. What was his channel name? Okay, I'm gonna go to right here. Revisit 9/11. YouTube. I think YouTube removed. Yeah, this is 4th channel. What was the title called? So just before his channel was taken down, I actually summarized all of his videos. So I summarized all of them here. Yeah, so summarize all here. These ones not. Yeah, these ones all summarized. So summarize all like 100 videos. So all summarize, and I have them all. And so basically the summaries are there, even though the videos are gone. The summaries are still there. Search among threads, and I'll put. I think I wrote thread in thread. Get thread for InLeo AI and so on. I think it might have been in this one. Might have been this one. So 2,000 stuff here. Something's not working. Okay, it is working. Yeah. So right now I'm summarizing all of Martin Fleischman's Memorial Project stuff, and I'll get all the Hutchison stuff, and I'll check the evidence. I'll put those on. I did all the for Fractal Woman as well. And so again, even though the videos are gone, his transcript are still summarized on the InLeo. On Hive blockchain, which will be used for the InLeo AI model. So that's the thing. And now imagine like if someone uses YouTube transcripts for AI, but all the conspiracy stuff is deleted. So now all you're gonna get is mainstream stuff. Okay. Then anyways, I think I have a bunch of more stuff here. Whoops. Go back here. I just want to show this and then I'll end the stream soon. Okay. Anyways, actually I just want to scroll down. Sorry guys. Power through. Okay. Moon landing. Flat feeders, yeah, flat mooner guys. Let's go over Reese. The space station stuff is always so fake. Green screen cap, but again, not necessarily. It's like you have to look. Like there's one thing once you realize a conspiracy game or everything is like what I always view it is like 9/11 proves everything is questionable until proven otherwise. But nonetheless, the details is where it gets you because again, advanced tech exists where. There's something in the details. We can't just throw everything away because obviously there's a bunch of fakery going on. But like the actual space station by definition is fake because like you can literally hover with anti-gravity tech. We're dealing with this stuff. Anyways, so it's funny way, and also the person's voice, the voice.
Apollo photograph.
This like woman's voice there. I see this a lot in the flat Earth videos. So it's like he's using some AI voice or something. Apparently moon is empty and rang like a bell. Someone dropped something on it. Okay, I forgot. Okay, there's a bit more. I'm gonna go quickly see what else we had here. Okay, what else did I hear? Neil Armstrong in 1984. This one he says that, yeah, Neil Armstrong in 1994 literally said that if someone could remove truth's protective layers, and again the breakthroughs, The key takeaway is breakthroughs. Throwback to the alleged first person to walk on a moon, Neil Armstrong's July 16, 1984 cryptic speech at the 25th anniversary of the alleged moon landing, in which he states, breakthroughs available to those who can remove one of truth's protective layers.
Return. On the 25th anniversary.
Oh, this is from the moon landing. This is from Bart Sibrel's video.
1994. Neil Armstrong made a rare public appearance and held back tears as he spoke these brief cryptic remarks before the next generation of taxpayers as they toured the White House.
Today we have with us a group of students among America's best. To you we say, we have only completed a beginning. We leave you much that is undone. There are great ideas undiscovered, breakthroughs available to those who can remove one of truth's protective layers.
All right, so yeah, that's pretty epic. Yeah, that's from the thing. So and another part is so Bart Sibrel knows about breakthroughs available. So again, I would question about breakthrough stuff. But yeah, so and Stephen F says it's an old voice. Okay, yeah, yeah. So but I've seen it. I've heard that voice somewhere else. I kind of sworn I heard it. It's not. It's anyways. Leap year. That's another thingy. It's just a double check here. Oh, this is what I want to show. So this part right here. If I go. Okay, this is from Word in Motion. Hey, miss. Just a thought. Did you allow for leap years in your calculations? Okay, so let's check out the leap year. List of leap years. Let's say list of leap years. Let's go. A list of leap years. What is this one? What happened to the moon is the doc. Okay, let's go right here. List of leap years. 1946. Where's the 1946? Okay, 1944. Okay, so 1946 is not a leap year. Oh yeah, I'm more of a hollow mooner actually. All right, so that was that part, and also yeah, this is another part. Is a pretty good clip from That's Life. It says moon landings are a big money grab. So that's another part. It's like it's all just trying to grab money. And Buzz Aldrin was a Freemason. Okay, I do want to show the Freemason stuff. I'm gonna show this Freemason, and then close the chat. We have a bunch of stuff still, and also Edgar Mitchell is a Freemason and literally threatened Bruce De Palma's life. Buzz Aldrin, Snopes one, anyways. And this one here is pretty cool. Moon landing mirror reflector can be detected today. So that's the other part that current things you can literally see. And also, okay, I think the moon landing India one's pretty funny. Okay, let's see what this one is. This is a Freemason ring. I mean a Freemason. Yeah, this is a Freemason. I don't know. I can't open it bigger. A moon landing coin. I'm gonna open up. Oh, view in channel or yeah, view in channel. Open Telegram desktop. Okay, this one right here. That's cool. I could do that like that, straight up. Okay, that's sweet. Okay, our flags. This is one. Flags, literally Freemason one. Scottish Rite, Supreme Council 33, Southern jurisdiction of USA. Okay, Freemasons got on the moon. So again, that's a big tell. Something's going on. This was this is MasonicFind.com. It literally says. Actually, wait. I don't open up like this. Okay, view in channel. Context. Oh, that's like that. Okay, open up and always open up. I want to open. Okay, this one here is Buzz Aldrin, Freemason, the Masonic flag on the moon. When man reaches new worlds, Masonry will be there. Again, Buzz Aldrin was a Freemason, of course. What else we had in here? This is this one here. So Buzz Aldrin took a Freemason flag to the moon, allegedly. This is oh yeah, allegedly, because did they allegedly go to the moon? So this is a Scottish Rite Freemasonry featured artifact, a Scottish Rite flag that went to the moon. So again, this is again wild stuff. How do I open up in the other part? I just want to open up in my Telegram. Okay, verify human. You can see the tethers and hoops, and they all do straight backflips. No, I have seen those. It seems, I think the flat earthers were just pushing out nonsense. I haven't seen a single convincing one. One possibly where there's a bubble one underwater, but I have to double check if I wasn't getting faked. But I need to see one evidence of the fake space station stuff. I thought it's I've been able to look at it and denote that whoever's posting that is flat earther lying. Featured artifact, a Scottish Rite flag that went to the moon. Okay, this one right here again, Scottish Rite. This is Edgar Mitchell, I think. Oh no, this is above your brother Joshua Aaron Poole, 32nd House of the Temple Museum creator. Okay, anyways. Oh, this was with astronaut travel to the moon with Buzz Aldrin. Okay, there's Buzz Aldrin. Yeah, Buzz Aldrin took it.
Hey, it's me, Destin.
Oh, and this one is okay. Buzz Aldrin took one. Yeah, and this is another cool. This one here is Smarter Every Day. Another one, mainstream science outlet. But what they do is, so they actually talk about the science of this like corner reflectors that reflect directly back to you. So if you have a corner, it will go 90 degrees, and right back to you. And what actually happens is they put these reflectors on the moon, and it's like these cube ones right here, and he shows you how it works. Anyone from any angle will always see its back itself. So you could fire light straight to the moon and capture back. Anyways, but you need an observatory or a super powerful one. And they apparently do that here, and they detect it. And I think he detects it right here, or where's the... When did they actually detect it? I think there was a video that they detected.
Explain to me.
That's because those mirrors are only reflecting in the two horizontal directions. There's no mirror reflecting back to you.
I think there was a full video on it, reflector, or it might be this one here. Okay, Nate Dogg, I left my dad this morning when he said people are in space right now. I have seen heaps of movies like that. I told him the space station is in Houston and Mars. They convincingly argued that we are getting reflections from the moon without reflectors. That's interesting. Can we get it from the actual reflecting directly? Jared White. I'll have to look at that. But anyways, if you get Jared White on the show, but because this one, because again, to get a laser light, an actual laser light reflection moon. So again, a laser light reflection moon. Mythbusters, moon hoax, retro reflectors. Okay, this is there was a channel there, laser attack on the moon, powerful laser. There was one they actually took to observatory. I could have sworn it was a Smarter Every Day did it, but anyways, I'll have to look at that again. Light reflector Apollo. Okay, it might be this one.
There's time for mirror where the angle of incidence has to be perpendicular. So, if there was a retroreflector firing on the order of
McMillan, Paul, and Warden, is that it?
That was Mythbusters running, I think.
Return from Apollo 15. Light returning from the laser retroreflector at exactly the wavelength and distance that we were expecting.
So again, yeah, you're getting the exact wavelength and stuff expecting. So again, assuming this would be real, is you could probably go there and if you want to really force it, go there and do it yourself with them. But again, this is hard to argue that there isn't something there. And also, guys, okay, the last one, and I'm gonna end the stream. And there's still more stuff. I might do a part 2 moon landing stuff. If you can get like any moon landing expert, just get on the show and see if we can and get them talking about 9/11. Anyway, so here's the I'm calling you from my bank. This one is I'm gonna go open up in this one viewing channel. This is so apparently India landed on the moon as well. So that's why I'm getting these phone calls now. I'm calling you from your bank. All right, let's go, guys. Okay, this is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Okay, so anyway, so there's India on the moon, guys. It's not necessary to have a laser reflector on the moon in order to receive a return laser signal from the moon. This was demonstrated back in 1960. Where was this stated? Because it has exact wavelength and time and distance. So it's like, it's not just the basic reflection. That literally, you get the exact wavelength and the time, and you can calculate. The whole idea is you calculate it. And so it bounce a laser off the signals without a laser. You know, yeah, you can bounce, let's say, with it, bounce a laser signal off there without using a retro reflector. Okay, so let's see this one here. Let's, I'm gonna ask Grok AI. Has it got Indian voice? Anyway, let's do this quickly and end the stream. But again, there's the details always showed because again, these are obvious things. The not user reflector. Is this true? What difference is it? Oh no, the other part is it also if you have it at an angle as well. So you have to be able to let's see, is this true and how does this compare with the retro reflector? Go back to the Mythbusters. So
there's time for just one final test. And not just any old test, but the...
So this one right here, the other part is if you shine it at an angle, so that I think it was in the other one.
Powerful enough laser, we could detect.
So the thing is, yeah, if you want to get it back off, you might need it perpendicular. If you're not using this, you're gonna need something perpendicular right back on it. Otherwise, but also the strength and wavelength. I just want to check what this grok says. Yes, it's true. MIT successfully bounced a laser off the moon and detected return signal, a feat known as laser lunar, without using retroreflector. They sent a laser pulse to the moon and measured the time it took for the faint. When that's another part is gonna be super faint. It's not gonna be an actual giant reflection, achieving a precision of about 20 meters. This was done using the moon's natural surface, which scatters light in all directions. In contrast, retroreflectors placed on the moon by Apollo missions 11, 14, and 15 and Soviet Lockheed rovers greatly enhanced the process. These devices reflect laser beams directly back to the point of origin. That's another part. This one here it's within a 20 meters. So you reflect it as a 20-minute. This one you send it exactly back, and much stronger. Not going to get a faint reflection. Greatly enhanced process. These devices reflect laser directly back to the point of origin with minimal scattering. That's another part. Minimal scattering, increasing return signal strength by orders of magnitude 10 to the 4 to 10 to the 6. So basically, this is this is about 10,000. Yeah, this is 2. Yeah, so that'll be, let's say 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Yeah, it's basically over a million times brighter than the diffuse surface reflection. This allows for far more precise measurements down to millimeters. A millimeter measurement, wholly detailing studies of lunar surface orbit and even tests of general relativity. The key difference is efficiency and precision. Without retroreflectors, only a tiny fraction of photons return to the detector, requiring powerful lasers and sensitive equipment. Retroreflectors make the process more reliable and accurate, but the 1962 experiment proved the moon's surface alone can be sufficient for basic ranging. So anyways, again, this is what I mean. Mainstream narrative right here is this one right here. It's hard to argue against it. This one right here, it's hard to argue against it. You just have to assume that every single observatory is just fake, and so on. And so again, and among the stars, and also here's ended off with the Freemasons. John Glenn Jr., 33-degree Freemason. Illustrious John Glenn, 33, Buzz Aldrin. Again, this is another Freemason. Another Freemason. Again, this is the big giveaway. Something's going on. So obviously they're lying about something. The laser power and specs may not be constant between these advances that could have been portrayed as evidence of retroreflector deployment. I'm not sure. I think it's just it's a million times stronger. I don't know how you can if there's anything there. But again, you know, like what I'm saying is I'm open-minded, being everything or at least some degree fake. But like the big question is like what exactly is it that we can actually like share to the public? Because for example, I can't share Bart Sibrel because I firmly believe Bart Sibrel is lying about just being a gatekeeper, and also that it doesn't pass that basic mainstream debunker test. Like that moon, I mean that Earth in that window is just pretty obvious. It's not low Earth orbit. So it's like I don't know. So again, that part is and he knows about it too. So that's another part. He knows about it. He just ignores that. It's obviously it's obviously not it. So anyway, something's up about him. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining the stream. I am done. I gotta get some food and some other stuff. Okay, guys. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining. And if you have anyone that wants to join the stream, let me know. And thanks for joining, guys. Yeah, thanks for joining. Yeah, thanks for joining, and have a great weekend. And next week we're gonna have a bunch of. I might be high for next stream because it's bicycle day, it's drug day, apparently a psychedelic day, and Methyl Miner is gonna be on it. He's apparently an expert. He's an expert, and I'll be in the mood, so I'll be in some entities. I mean, I'll be looking at some elves and so on. Anyways, we'll see you guys next time. I'm gonna save this. All right, sounds good, guys. See ya. I'm ending the stream in 3, 2, 1.